I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yo.
Hi.
Oh, excuse me.
I just got here. We having a laugh? Yeah, we were laughing. We were just laughing about how not funny we are, apparently. Right, so?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No,
we're
you're
talking about how
not funny.
soap's not
I mean,
funny.
I'm not funny either,
Yep.
but I was telling you weren't funny either.
Nah, soap's
You know?
is the funny one here.
So,
Okay.
you're not funny
Okay.
either.
Bullshit, I'm not funny.
Sooky's pretty funny.
I'm funny looking.
I mean,
How's that funny looking? Clown funny looking? Or?
yeah, well, like, what kind of funny is it? Like a clown or like a
Ah, okay. Understood. That's all I need to know.
Look, clowns don't just look funny. They can look like a whole range of type of
Yeah, like,
I feel bad.
descriptors, I guess.
I feel bad for people trying to be clowns these days because clowns are just now known as being evil and scary.
True.
No.
Yeah.
Clowns
Soap
have
is
always
sick.
been
Clowns
evil
look
and
like
stuff.
anything. Just look at soap, you know?
Wait a minute.
No, okay.
Just buy 999 of
Guys,
every
guys,
fucking
guys.
smithing stone.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Honey, why is there a connecting thing on the right side of the screen?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out myself. Is it your Fugi soap?
Honey,
No,
what are
it's not your
connecting to?
Fugi.
Honey, what are we doing? Honey, why?
What?
What about
Why did soap
this
move?
clown?
Why is he escaping
Like,
containment?
He used all of his power to break his prison for a second, but then he ran out, so he got sent back. What is that connecting thing?
Like, see, look, clowns can also, like, you know, goddamn.
Oh, I see what that was. Okay.
What is it?
That was my that's my cool new trick.
The thing? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the thing.
Clussy.
Okay, Clussy, that's what I'm talking about.
No Clussy, stop that. No Clussy.
Look at the thing I posted in the side chat.
If I swear to God, if I look at this,
tell me that is
I'm beating you. I'm beating you, so.
Is this what you think about soap? Is this?
This is a fucking Ace Detective character, isn't it?
Phoenix, right?
Ace Attorney, not Ace Detective. Did you say Ace Detective?
I didn't say
Ace Detective.
Ace Detective, Ace Attorney, same fucking shit.
No, the A is like alliterated to like easier to like remember. How the hell do you like?
Nah.
Fuck is.
But you can't tell me that's not like.
So if that's bent over in front of you, what you doing?
What?
Oh, it's Kaylin.
If that's bent over in front of you, what you doing?
Screaming and shitting and
why is she bent over? I might help her with whatever she needs.
Whatever
she's trying to do. You know?
You help her with whatever she needs, huh? Okay, buddy.
Maybe she's like spilt like
not
something on the floor. I'll help her clean it up. You know,
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Sue.
I'm respectful. I'm respectful.
Jesus.
I know nobody got me. Sooky got me.
Why did I sound like the fucking cuckoo from Zelda?
True.
Oh, content warning on this one? I can see why that's content warning.
Content warning about what?
A think that's the scariest thing to
Not
find out
content
as a
warning. I forget what it's
child
called.
when you attack the
What's the
cuckoo
filter
too much,
called?
and then you got fucking obliterated by an army of
tools,
them.
No. What is it? Safe searched? Safe searched. It's safe search blocked. This image.
It's so
Content warning?
I can see why though.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how it like works that way.
I fucking hate that game. I can't. I just can't deal with hearing my voice after every fucking run.
You got to get used to it. So, do you realize what you do for like fun as a hobby?
Yeah, but I don't want to hear myself.
Honey,
other people can listen to me if they want, but I can't hear myself.
Can you highlight I believe in Plussy, please?
What'd you say?
Can you highlight I believe in Plussy?
Actually, yes, Siel, I can. I can, in fact, show off this cool new thing that I meant to use last podcast, but we never got around to using it.
What? You need to reset my counter.
There we go.
Dragon.
I installed. If you guys look at the stream, I installed a little thing for StreamerBot, which allows me to grab chat messages and just plop them on the stream. So, look, oh, that's you. You're on the big screen. It even gets their like profile image and all that.
You're saying, look, Mom, I'm on the big screen, but you want your mom to see you say, I believe in Clussy? That's wild.
Mother, do you believe in Clussy?
Maybe she's into Clussy too, you know?
Mother.
I would say it to her face. That's wild.
Damn.
That's dedication. She gave up on me long ago. Dude.
I did too. I gave up on me too. Don't worry. I'm there with you.
Hold on. There's a discrepancy here. Hold on.
Okay.
If we're all talking about mothers giving up on each other, then Sooky gave up on herself.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
You gonna ask for a repeat of that, Punz, like you did last time?
What? No.
Oh, okay.
Well, why would you think I want to repeat it, huh? That'd be pretty sussy me, you know?
The track record shows. You know?
The track record, huh? No, okay, look, okay. I'm going to ask Sooky to repeat her saying that one time on her stream, but it's only because I missed it and I only heard the end of it. You know?
Okay, buddy. Only because I missed it. Yeah, me too. That's what I tell everybody.
It's like I missed it so much that I wanted to hear it again. I heard it the first time and I wanted to hear it again.
I missed not hearing it, you know?
Also, hi, VHK. Hi.
Ah, great. BHK's here? Oh, great. Ah, great.
What's wrong with BHK, honey? What's wrong?
BHK gives me shit every time.
BHK is a hater.
BHK is a hater.
They're a hater.
Anytime I kill the count in Aki's, BHK stares at me angrily, you know?
I mean, that's your fault, honestly.
What do you mean it's my fault? It's literally my job.
Your job is not to kill the counter.
It is.
No.
Counter.
No, you can just leave it alone.
I have
hired you. You're not hired. You're doing it for free.
What's the list? Is it a good list of every time you hurt me?
You're probably pretty high up on whatever this list is.
But what are those times that helped you in Zomboid? Did those count for anything? Or?
Oh, get wreckity deck wrecked.
BHK, I love your profile picture. It's just SpongeBob screaming. It actually works really well with the chat.
Did
message.
You say British SpongeBob?
I know. I said SpongeBob.
Where's my phone?
I heard British SpongeBob.
They talking about British SpongeBob.
I did hear British SpongeBob. I feel like I heard that too. Wait.
What
yeah. Because I wasn't the
Did I
only
hear
one that
that?
heard British SpongeBob, right?
I didn't hear anything.
Your brain wasn't on, so that's understandable.
I'm
It
sorry.
never is.
Was there a British SpongeBob dub I haven't heard of?
Bimbo. Constant bimbo brain.
We need more bimbos around here, so hey,
I'm such a fucking bimbo.
There's two on this podcast right now.
What the?
I need to
Okay.
practice my-
You have
Who are you
you have
referring to
a guilty
when you say
conscience
that?
over there, or
I don't know how to. Yeah.
you consider yourself a bimbo there, Punzi?
No.
Then why are you saying what though when I say
Punz is just a robot.
That's pretty true. Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, that's pretty true.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought we dismissed the robot allegations. I thought I proved them wrong. I proved them as false
I
and frivolous.
proved them wrong.
Yeah.
proved them wrong.
I don't know. I freaking I use facts and logic to disprove.
The man passed a fucking.
Ew, just
stop
quote
signs.
fucking Ben Shapiro.
Now I use facts and logic to disprove this. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be.
Don't care about your feelings.
I don't think I've heard much about Ben Shapiro as of late, but like he was being made fun of for being really, really dumb about like what was this, some like anti-trans stuff, and then someone that was
I mean, bro's been dumb about everything for a while.
The man is just dumb.
He just like me for real.
It's funny that he made his whole career on arguing with unprepared college students.
It's not
like he doesn't go into any actual.
He also
debates.
he also interrupts them a lot. Where he's like, when they're about to make their point, he's like, "No, go, make your point. So you can't." And like he just keeps interrupting while they're trying to make their point, and they can't make their point because he keeps interrupting. And people are like, "Yeah, see, they can't prove their point." And it's like, well, that's because he keeps fucking interrupting them. Like, what?
Actually, if you just don't let the opponent speak, you win automatically.
Bro.
Because he does it, and it starts pissing them off, right? And then he goes, "Because you can't make your point, right?" And then they start getting angry, and then they just go, "Fuck you," and they leave. And it's like, yeah, see, they couldn't prove their point. Like,
I'm gonna start doing that to Soap.
What?
What, Ben Shapiro?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I
want to see Ben Shapiro.
Yes, Sooky?
Sorry. In the fucking in the cave with the fucking the spiky centipede people.
Oh, hold up.
What's the first topic we're going to talk about today?
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about, unfortunately, today, besides like Elden Ring DLC and stuff. Because I've just been too fucking.
I also don't have a whole lot to talk about because so apologies everyone for starting the podcast late. Work was a jerk and had me log back into work to do stuff literally right before the podcast, which unfortunately caused it to be a little late. And then when I wanted to restart my computer before the podcast, restart my computer before the stream, it took like 20 freaking minutes because like it just sat on like the shutdown screen for like 5. And then I'm just like, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna just shut it off. And then I shut it off, and then it took like 10 minutes to boot up again. And then I could finally do the podcast, and that's why we're like half an hour late. So I've just been so busy with work the past couple of days.
Don't worry, guys. For Punz making us late, he'll be dished out his beating later tonight.
Huh?
What the?
Beat that meat. Beat that meat.
Wait, you're saying you're gonna beat my meat, huh?
Nah, I'm just gonna beat you.
I mean, there's also
At Mario
includes my
Kart.
meat.
With that wooden spoon that we got.
Oh God, wooden spoon. I remember my dad hitting me with those.
You know you're supposed to make it sound like a joke, right?
It is a joke, yes. Yes, 100%.
Right.
It ain't a joke. He's getting beat.
You know what's a joke? My life. Alright.
Hi.
Hi, Nyan. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, Sooky, run, Sooky, run.
I'll just spam him to death. It's okay. He's dead.
Glad to see you're settling down well. Yeah, me and Siel are settling in great.
I was so
What's that?
happy.
That's for the day where Punz stabbed me in the ankles like 4 times.
What the? That didn't happen.
I have the pictures to prove it.
Put
They're in the
snipe away.
Discord. They're in the Discord. You can see my cut up ankles. You stabbed me.
God damn.
No.
No. You have no proof? No.
You can't prove it.
I saw the stuff about not being able to spoiler it correctly.
Okay. So the actual story is Siel shaved today, her legs, and she wanted to post the pictures of her legs because she messed up and cut herself a couple times. So she told me to spoiler it, and I never spoil stuff because I don't post anything lewd. I am a wholesome boy who never posts lewd things, so I never need to spoil things, right? So it was my first time posting a spoiler.
Hold.
Yeah, okay.
Never post lewd thing. Let me go to your Twitter real fast. Let's see that like one of your few posts.
Likes you can't anymore. You can't like they're private.
I can still go to your Twitter post and see your media though.
Oh, okay.
You posted, you know.
Okay, well, that's like nothing compared to you, honey. Why don't we go look at your Twitter, huh?
Go ahead.
We can't on stream. We can't.
Yeah. No, we can't on stream. We can't. You want to fix a few seconds in Punz mind? No. Well, I don't need feet pics. I can just kind of see them because I live with her.
I'm wearing shoes the rest of my life.
What the? Then you get dirt all over the house.
Deal with it. I'm the one that has to sweep, so.
You just buy this device that's like you just get a really long like tail and so it's like really fluffy so that whenever you're walking it sweeps automatically.
I mean, there are robotic tails. You can buy those.
It's true.
There's the thing.
That is true. That is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They just wag when you walk.
Siel and Punz,
Yeah.
did you see anything called the Nintendo Direct?
No, I didn't watch that. I was too busy losing a knife fight in the shower.
Good. It's not even worth it. There's
No?
nothing good at the Nintendo Direct. I mean, Metroid. What's it called? Metroid Prime 4.
Oh,
I guess.
I mean, Metroid fans, I guess.
I'm not really a Metroid fan.
Nice, Metro fan doing good. They don't get a whole lot of W's nowadays.
Like that exists. There's a fucking Donkey Kong remake. They haven't released a Donkey Kong game in a decade. There's a Donkey Kong remake.
That's like country or like.
I think it's country.
Okay, I like
Donkey Kong Country Returns. Maybe I think that's what they called it.
The Donkey Kong fans.
But the remake doesn't even look good.
It
doesn't even look good.
Well, you're picky. Good. You're picky, so I don't know if I trust that.
No. You gotta look. You're gonna look at it. It doesn't even look like that high of a like. It's a remaster, but it doesn't look like. You'd think if they were doing a remaster, they would make it look really fucking good because it's like, you know, however many years in the future now, like over a decade, obviously, because Donkey Kong Country came out.
Biggest fumbled IP is Metroid. Nah, that's the Mother series. Sorry.
True.
Yeah.
The what series?
Are
mother
people
scene.
confused about the guy with the spikes, by the way, at the end of the Metroid
What
trailer
series?
thing?
I don't even know what that fucking is.
The one that Ness and Lucas are from.
That's
So.
how it's fumbled.
Who the fuck are Ness and Lucas?
This is how you know they fumbled.
True. He doesn't know. Cat. He doesn't know. He doesn't know like one of the best turn-based RPGs out there, and one of the best classic turn-based RPGs.
True.
Oh, we need more turn-based RPGs like that trailer recently from I can't remember what it was called, but like they showed all the new trailers for games, and there was like a really cool looking turn-based RPG. I can't wait for that. It's been a very long time since I've seen a decent like turn-based RPG.
They do be making them every now and
playing,
again, but yeah, I haven't caught up in it. What do you think?
I started playing Disco Elysium like yesterday. Pretty good so far. I like it. I like it a lot.
Nice.
I like the way it works.
That's something I've been meaning to get around to playing, because I think that's something that's mouse only, right? Because like you're only just walking around and talking.
Yeah, you can definitely play it mouse only. Yeah.
Cool.
Everything's pretty much on the screen. The only thing you'd need to press your keyboard for would be like escape, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because like even all the menu things are down in the bottom. So you can click all those menus and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Wait.
Mother inspired so many games, and yet there's so many people who've been there, played it, or never heard of it. True.
What the fuck is Mother? I need to look this up.
Okay, so the first
Mother.
So Mother and slash Earthbound
I haven't seen anything from this.
Is basically the first postmodern RPG that like came out on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So it basically like completely changed how RPGs were back in the day. Like, because like all of them were like these fantasy RPGs, and there's no modern RPGs, there was no sci-fi or anything like that. But then Earthbound came out, and people were like, "Oh wow, these RPGs that take place in a modern day and time are pretty nutty, pretty cool. These wacky RPGs." And this also inspired many other video games and many other RPGs in the future, like Undertale, Deltarune, Mori.
Okay, so Earthbound is part of a series called Mother.
Yes.
What?
Mother is the Japanese title for the series.
I know of Earthbound. I know Earthbound, but I never knew Mother.
Yeah. So Earthbound is Mother 2. The first Mother game came out on the NES, and then Earthbound / Mother 2 came out on the Super Nintendo, and then Mother 3, which is where Lucas is from, it came out for the Game Boy Advanced.
Okay, I only know these characters from Smash Bros. I've never seen any of these characters outside of Smash Bros. Or I guess I've seen like some Earthbound stuff in terms of like I've seen the soundtrack, but like maybe I've seen the characters there, but I genuinely just have not seen them anywhere.
Well, that's because unfortunately they haven't done anything with Mother since those games. Earthbound has been like re-released on like the Virtual Console or whatever you call the freaking thing for the Nintendo Switch or whatever Nintendo console you have a bunch of times. Mother 3 has only been released in Japan, but not had an official English release. So if you want to play that game, which I highly recommend, it's a very good turn-based RPG. Highly recommend. You have to emulate it pretty much, or find someone to put it on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. Because there are people who do that, who do put the game on cartridges that you can play. But yeah, very, very fun.
I mean, can't you just get a cartridge that you can like install games on anyway?
I mean, yeah, that works too, I guess. I mean, either way, there's no legitimate way to play with English subtitles.
I remember. I remember like ages ago, like when I was a little kid, my mom would put like we had a cartridge for the DS, but it was like a cartridge you could just put games on, and I just had like every DS game that I wanted whenever I wanted because my mom would just pirate them all onto a thing.
Ooh.
Nintendo gonna track down my mom now.
Mom, we still have your. What was that called? An action replay, or was that the one that just allowed cheats? What was that?
Oh,
talking
this one
about
had
Game
cheats
Shark?
as an option.
Oh, Game Shark.
Pretty sure Game Shark
It might be a
was
Game Shark
what
card.
it was. Yeah, I was gonna say Nintendo was known for the Game Shark stuff.
Ah, okay. Fire.
Like it was the thing you'd plug into a controller, or you'd plug into the Game Boy, and then you'd plug the game into the Game Shark. Stuff like that. It's usually how it went with Game Shark.
Gotcha.
It was usually an adapter, quote unquote.
Yeah, we had like something that we could insert the cartridge into.
Yep.
I don't. Do they call them cartridges for the DS?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called
Well,
cards.
they are
Yep.
cartridges. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like it was just like we had something that you could plug it into, and then it would connect to your computer, and then you could just. I think it might be like something like the action replay. It's something similar to that, but you just like put it into your fucking thing, and it'll be sick. You just have like games on it.
Got games on your phone.
Games on my DS.
Mm-hmm. Again, my DS.
The only games on my phone are Dokkan Battle.
Can we play games on your
And-
D? Yes. Nice.
I have Dokkan Battle, and I have. Fuck.
Actually, me and Siel looked through some of my old DS games. Apparently, I have
Ooh.
Pokemon Heart
Oh,
Gold, and those are like a good-looking cartridge for Pokemon Heart Gold. And apparently, from what you were saying, Han, those are like worth like what, over $200? Something like
Yeah,
that?
they're like really good condition. Like people sell those like exorbitant prices.
Heck yeah.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the best Pokemon games. And
I have a hot take.
Okay, the reason why I like Soul Silver so much is because Silver version of the game that I played, it was something that me and my best friend would play together, and like I'd have it for a week, and then he'd have it for a week. Like we traded at school with each other, and it was just one of those things that sort of like really kept
Why
with
don't
me.
you just pirate the games, honestly?
Well, because he didn't know how to, and we were, young at the time. So, and the thing is too, like, when Soul Silver came out, I thought it was fucking awesome that like you could have a Pokemon walking around with you behind you. Like that's the main reason why I like Soul Silver. I didn't really like much else about it, but yeah.
I mean, that's probably one of my favorite aspects, that the Pokemon walks around with you. But I also really like the two zone thing, like where it's got like the Hoenn, the two region thing, I should say. It's the Hoenn region and the Kanto region. I know the Kanto region kind of feels like an afterthought when you play it, but it's like, how the fuck do you make a post game where you've got like higher leveled fucking Pokemon and then like still make it, interesting? It's like you've already beaten all the like big challenges and shit. It's kind of hard now to like, really throw anything at you besides like maxing out the level of everything.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, I don't know. I think you're kind of supposed to go through that second region feeling like you're a pro,
That's kind of the fun of Pokerogue, though, because like a lot of that is of Pokerogue is like getting past once you get past the earlier levels of Pokerogue, you just keep on leveling up until like 200 and just keep on scaling. And like the majority of that game is just you being above normal levels you would occur in a normal Pokemon game. And that's kind of like a lot of the fun of Pokeworld is making these cool teams with like some roguelike elements to it.
I wish they made a Pokemon game that had like Dark Souls-esque sort of like system. So I don't mean like, attacking and everything like that. I mean like it's the only thing I can really compare to because it's the only game I've really played that does it. So imagine playing Pokemon, beating the Elite Four, doing everything you can, and then being able to go to New Game Plus or something, right? Then your Pokemon get reset down to a certain level, but you keep all the Pokemon you've got. They all revert down to their base forms or whatever.
Well, I feel
they keep their stats and everything.
Another way to do that would be to like, you do that, they keep their level, but instead it just levels everything up to the level that your Pokemon is currently at. Like it makes the starter area Pokemon 5 levels higher. No, not 5 levels higher. Whatever level they would usually be compared to your own thing. It just scales everything up however many levels you're up, So it goes, oh, you're level 80? So in the starting area, you verse level 2s and level 3s. So then it's like, oh, so now everything's going to be level 70, 72, not 72, 77, 78, something like that, That would probably be how they would have to do that.
I think it'd just be cool to have some sort of system in place like that. Because then at the end of the game, there's basically nothing for you to do, right? Like,
that's what
they should do. That's what they should have done with Heart Gold and Soul Silver with the second region. Oh, that's kind of how the second region kind of feels like anyway. Look. Everything's kind of leveled up a little bit to be your around your level.
Look, Black and White 2. Black and White gets some flack. It's the last of the 2D sprite games. It has some of the best music in the entire series. It has the World Tournament, which every single gym trainer and Elite Four at that time known to man was in. The amazing endgame. That's why it's better than Heart Gold.
I fucking hated Black and White. The Pokemon designs are shit, and I fucking hated I hated the sprite design. I didn't like the way they did the sprites in
this is a hot ass take.
I hate the fact that they removed the fact that your Pokemon can follow you. I hated the fucking enemy in the game. I fucking hated the main Pokemon they focused around, the fucking little fucking elephant I don't know what the fuck it is. It's ugly. It's an ugly ass Pokemon. I fucking hated that shit.
Elephant?
The moon one? Or the fucking I don't know what the fuck it was. It's some moon related Pokemon that shot fucking mist out of its nose or whatever.
Muna?
I don't know if it's called Muna. Is it called Muna?
MUNNA?
Yeah, okay. I'm sure Black and White and Black and White 2 are a good game.
Yeah, that thing. It's so fucking stupid. I hate that thing.
I didn't like Black and White.
It's such a stupid Pokemon
either. But
Black and White fucking sucks.
I don't know why. Everything about it's cool. All the Pokemon designs and everything's cool. It's everything. But when I played it, I was just like, eh. And I just didn't play it.
I don't think any of the designs in Black and White are cool. I think all the designs in Black and White are fucking trash. I don't like any Black and White Pokemon. Okay, that's a lie. I do like some, but I don't like most of the Black and White Pokemon. Black and White Pokemon suck.
A lot of them feel like they fit in just fine with the other Pokemon designs. It's
Superior had the Snivy line for starters. The amazing line,
yeah, you get a dragon grass.
That's the only one I like out of those starters. The rest of those starters are fucking ugly as shit.
Turpig's not bad. I will give you on the Oshawott line.
You know what's bad?
Oshawott's so ugly, and the fucking pig I hate.
True, firefighting is one of those common fire starters. Is firefighting, sadly.
Yeah.
I like the funny because they fight fires,
The what?
It had Archeops, like one of the best flying types, rock flying.
I do like Archeops, only because I like dinosaurs. It's not because it's like.
I think Willipede.
It did have
cool.
the stupid ice cream Pokemon though.
Fucking vanillish and
You know,
shit.
Yeah.
I like the only thing on Oshawott line that I like is the final evolution. Tepig, I hate everything in that fucking thing. The second one looks like a fucking wrestler. Like, ew, gross. I hate the way that looks. Fucking Patrat sucks.
We got Zoroark. Zoroark
that fucking
Gen 5.
dog
Yeah.
sucks. That cat sucks. All those monkeys are like
Got the
kind of
Haxorus, the
average.
Haxorus
They're
line.
not terrible. Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour.
Okay, the elemental
Like,
monkeys,
They're horrible, yeah.
they're pretty bad.
They're meh.
I like
they're
their
so
design.
meh.
I like the water one's design. But
Let's make a less liked version of
Muna's so
Eevee,
ugly.
like
I
sort of.
fucking hate
You
it.
know what I mean? Like,
Why would you bite my ankles? What the fuck? Let's fuck
Okay,
off.
hi.
Pidove, I mean, it's just a flying bird. I can't hate it. It's
I also just didn't
it's
like-
the same as every fucking
I
game.
just also didn't like the
Um,
level design and everything for Black and White 2. It was just too convoluted for me.
I
Way too
think
convoluted.
they tried to
Way
do
too
Let's
much
see.
going.
3D
Way
stuff
too
and-
much going on.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it
I,
was a
just
very
a-
experimental game because it was the last of the 2Ds.
yeah, and they wanted to
I
do
love
something
it.
cool
So-
with it, and
What?
Well, then Black and White 2 is the same though. Like it's just like oh, it's meant to be better than Black and White 1, and it's like, but it's not.
Look,
I think the peak art design is actually in the is in Emerald. Honestly, like those
Nah.
ones.
I like
That's-
Emerald.
that's where-
I love Emerald.
Mm.
I love Emerald, but
Emerald
I
is
don't
where
know.
the peak art design is because everything is still pixel art. I actually don't like the sprites in Heart Gold and Soul Silver as much because they made them look too detailed.
they
But,
they added way too much to it. Yeah, I get ya.
okay, I have some nostalgia for Emerald because it was my first Pokemon game, but I don't know. I didn't think their
I
art
played it
design
later.
were very all that good when last time I played through it. I
too much water.
Really?
yeah, but a lot of the areas blended into each other similarly to a lot of the Gen 1 areas did. Like it was just, I'm walking through a forested
didn't-
area. And
I
Yeah, like-
mean,
The
I
other thing is, too,
guess.
I never got to experience the end game for Black and White because I just didn't want to go through the main game. Like, I just didn't enjoy it. So it's just like I hope more games in the future do what Black and White did with the end game, like you're saying, like the World Tournament stuff and all that. That'd be really fucking good. I don't know
mean,
why they
look,
haven't got
even
that as a
looking-
thing in the newer ones. Like,
yeah, that's always bugged me about the newer Pokemon generations is that they have like almost non-existent endgame, and I don't know why.
the only one that had an existing quote unquote end game was raids in multiplayer with other people, and that was Dynamax shit, and I didn't like that crap.
Mhm.
I barely liked
You
Mega
can-
Evolutions, but Mega Evolutions are the best of the fucking things we got. Fucking Dynamax, fucking Crystal Tier shit, whatever crap it is.
Terrestrialize.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dynamax
That-
isn't bad.
the
Terrestrialization
sprite-
is weird. That's it.
With the
Mega Evolution
with
was
the
probably the
areas,
best, honestly.
Mega was pretty cool.
Punz, I don't get what you mean by with the areas. I'm looking at all these areas, and they kind of look all like they look unique in like every single one of these. Like you can tell each of these apart, like just by the like fucking ground.
Maybe it's been a while since I played it, but
I
like,
put the thing on the side.
okay.
I put things in. I put it in the side chat. Like you can just tell they're different just by the fucking ground itself. Like what?
I mean, well, first off, there's like only like three grass areas. I think isn't the grass in the middle area with the axis? Wait, no, like look exactly the same as the one on the left with Mew, and like I don't.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where the one with the axis is, but it does look fairly different. It looks like lighter grass. It looks like a more plainsy type biome. And then giant puddles everywhere kind of make it obvious that it's a wetland biome rather than like the forest or the plainsy biome, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they changed up a little.
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, they did add weather in that gen.
I don't know. I feel like I can easily tell. I feel like it's very easy to tell where the different zones are in this. The caves look different. There's 2 different types of caves as well. There's the purple ones and then there's the like browny
Brown one?
yellow ones.
And there's the brown
I don't
ones.
know. I feel like it's fairly distinct. I feel like it's. Oh, and there's also that brown one in the middle. Yeah. And there's the sand. Yep. I don't know. I think it's kind of easy to tell what the fucking difference is between all these types of like areas are. But what's it called? I was more talking about the sprites though. The sprites is my favorite. It's my favorite sprites. It's my. I think it's the game with the best spriting, just because I like the still sprites. I don't like them when they move. And it's also pixelated and kind of looks good. I don't know. I like the pixels. I like the way it looks.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know. I still don't like
And then,
the gameplay wise. It still didn't have the special and physical attack split from the typing yet. So
Yeah,
well, I'm
that's
not
fair.
saying it's my favorite game in terms of. I'm not saying it's my favorite game in terms of
okay.
gameplay. Gameplay wise, it's Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah.
But art wise, I think I like Emerald. I would wish there was an Emerald.
Yeah.
Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Emerald's fucking style. You know. I also hated the 3D buildings in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I wish the whole world map was 2D.
I agree.
Or not 2D.
I agree.
Oh yeah, 2D. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's like
think
sprite,
I think everything that they did with 3D, all the 3D aspects of the games always look like shit. Like
I
2D is
agree.
always better.
I think it works in certain
even now-
scenarios. But yeah.
Like even now, the current games, that all looks like shit compared to Emerald, in my opinion. I would rather look at Emerald than look at the 3D low poly shit they can put on fucking Switch, because Switch is such fucking shit console.
Yeah, I wish they
Um,
made the 3D but stylized it like it was 2D still. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that would have been better.
I don't know. What was I gonna say? Black and White is the game that made me want to stop playing Pokemon. It's where I basically quit the series. I mean, I played Sword and Shield, but like, I don't know. I only did that because I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll try and get back into Pokemon, and I was like, damn, it's just not the same. I would think that X and Y and Sun and Moon also kind of just aren't it, you know?
I heard Sun and Moon. They try and make the story a bit better and interesting.
Sun and Moon's great. I love Sun and Moon.
I heard it still has the problem that X and Y did, where like the EXP all just kind of makes the game a cakewalk.
I think you can turn it off in X and Sun and Moon.
But yeah, then I hear that like I hear that like it's basically designed for the EXP all, but if you turn it off, then you have to do extra grinding to keep all your Pokemon like properly
You mean
leveled
like
up or
every
something.
other game ever? Where you have to do extra.
What is Woobat and Swoobat?
I disagree.
These
I
are
love
so
Woobat and
ugly. They're
Swoobat.
like Zubat. They're like Zubat, but like uglier. Like what the fuck?
Leave them alone. Leave
Why
them
would they
alone.
remake a Pokemon? Why would they remake the
It's just a
exact same
regional bat.
Pokemon,
Every
but then make it
game has had a
uglier?
regional bat. Every game has a
Yeah.
regional bat. Every game has a regional bird. Every game
Does
has a
it?
regional bug.
Yeah.
Does every
Yes.
game
Yes.
have a regional bat?
Yep. Noibat.
What is
No,
the what is the bat in okay, so wait, what is the bat in
I love Noibat.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
That's Gen 4 theoretically, isn't it? Or is that Gen 2? Do you count
Gen
it as
2.
like the original Gen or the
It's
Gen 2? And
Okay,
then
okay. Sorry, Gold and Silver. What's Gold and Silver's regional bat?
Gen 2.
technically because they had
Is it
Crobat Gen 2.
Crobat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gen 2 is Crobat, yeah.
Is that really a regional bat though?
hmm
I mean, it's a new bat.
Okay, I guess.
It wasn't in the first gen.
I guess. Well, it wasn't in the first gen, but it's an evolution of the first gen.
Yep.
All right, then what about Emerald?
Gen 3?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Gliscor.
Which one?
Gliscor? Right? Is that
Okay.
Gen 4? Gliscor being...
That's a okay. I guess that's a bat.
That is
Yeah.
definitely a bat.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, but I thought you were meaning ones that are all like clones of. Okay. They could have been creative and made another thing that's different, like Gliscor, though. So what is the one in Gen 4 then?
One second, I'm looking to see if Gliscor is Gen 3 or Gen 4.
Gen 4.
It's Gen 4? I'm looking for bat Pokemon in Gen 3 right now. Sometimes we don't get the majority of the generations do have a bat Pokemon. We theoretically had Dustox and Beautifly, so Dustox might be theoretically, that's a bug. So
And that's a bug. That's a moth.
what was the most annoying thing? And there wasn't very many. Was there a bunch of caves in Gen 3? I don't think there was very like a huge amount.
There was a decent amount of caves. There was the cave at the second gym. There was the cave at the going through the volcano. There was the cave with the special tiling where you find Bagon. And then there's I guess Victory Road is also a cave. Like, 4 caves.
Gen 3 does not have a bat Pokemon theoretically.
What was the enemy in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? It's Team Rocket, right?
Yeah, it's Team Rocket.
Yeah, it's Team Rocket because that's just Gen 2.
Honestly,
Yeah, Gen 1 and Gen 2 was Team Rocket. I love Team Rocket.
Team Rocket's so good. I feel like as soon as they started expanding the story and going for these other things, it's like, yeah, I get it that you can't just keep doing Team Rocket, but what can beat Team Rocket?
Sun and Moon had the punk rock people that were pretty cool. I like them.
I don't know about Sun and Moon. I'm just saying Black and White shit.
That was
'cause I didn't like
Dynamaxing,
the
wasn't
anime
it?
in
That was the
Black and White.
Dynamaxing.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
Team Plasma or some shit?
Plasma was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. N was pretty cool.
Are they in Black and White? Are they the ones in Black and White for Team Plasma?
Isn't Team
think so,
Shout
yeah.
or Team Noise or something? I can't remember. Like,
Yeah,
Plasma-
it's like Team Shout or something. Yeah, they just cheer on Marnie the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it back. There are a few that I like in Black and White. I like Darumaka. Is that how you say it?
Darumaka's pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's
I
kind of menacing anytime I come across
I
him.
like the final evolution. I like the final
Darmanitan?
evolution there.
I
The
mean,
cactus
cool.
one is pretty cool.
Maractus?
Yeah.
Okay.
This turtle's pretty cool.
I like Gigalith. I like
This,
Excadrill.
Fuck Excadrill. That man is on my shit list.
Arcan or Arcanops or something.
I like Scrappy.
Archeops. Scrafty is cool. His evolution is lame, like design wise.
Hmm.
Can't believe
I
they
like-
auto modded. I can't believe Bimbo is an auto mod word. That's so funny. Who's going like? Is there actually people on Twitch who would be like, "How dare you call me a bimbo?"
100%.
yeah.
You're one of
are
them.
a few,
Genuinely
Yeah.
like offended.
most of them. Yeah.
I like Excalibur.
I guess it
That's
depends on
clear.
how you intend it.
If it's a
Mhm.
friend, it's fine, but if it's a stranger, it's just like, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's a stranger, it's like it depends on the vibe, I guess. You can say it in a weird way.
Yeah. It can be quite easily misconstrued.
This one's
I kind of like Regonal. He's weird.
Dealing is pretty cool. Joltik is
Dragoni's a
alright.
cool design, but boy, that Pokemon just
Look, I could
Hey.
make a team out of ones that I like in this. Axu is pretty good.
Axew is pretty good. I love Axew in its entire line. Haxorus goes hard.
Hmm.
Every generation has
Um,
Pokemon that you like and don't like. That's just what you have to come to terms with when you like the
Yeah.
design.
It's just there's
Mhm.
some that I really don't like in this one, and it's like
Yeah.
it's very much.
As I said, it was very much
I
an
can't believe
experimental
Twitch doesn't
generation.
catch Himbo though. That's fucked up. Twitch is just.
Hold up. I'll fix this. Hold on. If the Bimbo's on the terms, Himbo has to go too. Sorry.
No, I added as a term.
I'm adding as a term.
man.
I am adding as a term.
No, then we can't have girl. Then girls are gonna be banned. No, we can't
No.
have a resident himbo.
No, I'm saying I allowed Bimbo. It's added as a
Oh,
permitted.
okay.
Fucking dumbass.
No. 21 messenger deleted by a
Ew.
moderator. No, I can't see them anymore. I can't see them in the messages.
It's so ugly. What the fuck
Can't
is
see
that
the
shit?
messages.
What is it, so?
Genesect?
I love Genesect. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's cool.
That shit's fucking ugly as hell.
It's a fucking robotic, like, insect that could change its fucking...
I mean, there's worse.
type.
There is worse.
There's so much worse.
Genesect isn't that bad, yeah.
I also agree with
If you don't like
Sorry.
Genesect, you probably don't like Sizzle then, right? So
What the fuck is that?
Scizor is the
Father Van
evolution of
Silk
Scyther
Sizzle.
says
into
instant.
Oh yeah, I don't really like Sizzle. I like Scyther.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
you
really,
go.
I actually
Told
Yeah.
I would intentionally
Good
not
call.
evolve my
Great call,
Sizzle
actually.
or my Scyther.
Yeah, babe, you can't ban
just so it
Soap. I
didn't
need
look
him
like
on my
that.
stream.
mods,
It's because-
ban soap.
I'm banning him.
I actually don't like either of the legendaries. I don't like Reshiram or Zekrom. I don't like those ones. I
Well,
don't
they
like the
fuse into
flying
each other,
fucking-
which is pretty cool.
I don't like the flying cloud people. I don't like that. Buron, that's ugly.
There's so much
I
point.
don't know. I
of,
just don't like any of the fucking
Reshiram.
legendaries at all.
Yeah, there is.
Wait. Oh, I don't know. This one that's Zion. Is how you say it?
I wish there was Rule 44.
Oh no,
34
no, it
me.
says Virizion. Virizion.
All right, honey.
Virizion?
Commission porn of Sooky.
that?
Get it done.
Alright, you got it, hon.
I would love that, to be honest.
my next
Wait, what are you
commission
doing?
that goes out to Sooky. You know, that's all I'm saying.
I will gladly give my friend work.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I hope one day I can get to the point where I can actually get art, like, financially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be anytime soon, though, unfortunately. But
Womp womp. Until then, we'll just have to piggyback off Punz, you know?
no.
It's fine. He loves doing it.
Yeah, it's cool to get art of me and my friends. It's like we're taking a picture of us, but like it's different.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best way to describe the joy of art with a friend, but
2024 philosophers be like,
yeah, it's like one day it's cool. It's like one day I'm gonna look back like 10 years on like my hard drive, and be like, oh, I remember when I used to do a podcast with my Australian friend Sooky, and so
but
man, it was so
you
fun.
act like we're ever going to stop this? You're crazy. I'm going to be like 75 in the fucking mental home doing this. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah, you think you're ever stopping? You're never stopping.
No. I'm never stopping.
Can't stop, won't stop. 40
I'll
years.
be
What's
Punz N
the
76
thing? There's
with
something about how
Alzheimer's.
podcasts, like most podcasts, end after like 3 episodes or some shit.
Ooh. I think we technically lasted longer than. I think I remember when I was looking through my YouTube tabs one day. I think one of them recommendation was like, was it recommendation or did it pop up in the video where I saw the podcast that Bebe, Iron Mouse, Project Melody, and Silvervale used to do, like way back in the day. And I think we technically have more episodes of that than they did when they did that podcast back in, I think, like the early 2020, 2019, right? Any frogs?
No one else
Those
here
four
is a
members?
VTuber like shill like you are. Sorry, bud.
Yeah,
What
I
the?
haven't watched many VTubers.
What
Any other
the?
VTuber losers in the chat? Anybody? Anyone want to speak up? Type 1 if
Whoa,
you really
whoa,
want
you
to speak
can't
up.
I
say
used to
that.
watch Hololive a lot.
Me? Alright. STB, shoot him. Get him out of here.
No, losing the himbo again. But yeah, like again.
I
I
will
mean-
genuinely say, like, Gura, like, I know it's probably, like, everyone's like, oh, of course you like Gura, but, like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Who's the
Gura
one?
is, like,
Who's
only
that?
because Gura sort of reminds me of me. So that's why I like Gura. Real
Yeah.
gremlin, real
I
fucking
don't know who that is.
little
Gargoyle?
shark VTuber. Shark
Yeah.
girl
Little fork?
VTuber.
Little fork?
Oh, I looked it up. I know. I've seen them.
Gargoyle. Yeah,
I can't
you've
remember where I
definitely
saw
seen
them, but I've seen them.
Yeah.
Gura, my dog died. Let's go!
Let's fucking go! Yeah, you do be. I agree with you, Nam. You do be a girl type Sooky.
Gura type. Like a fucking species of
I like
animal.
Gurren Lagann as
Fucking
well.
Pokemon.
Gurren Lagann, the only mech anime that I like. Because it's not even theoretically a mech anime, so
I also like Tekkaman Blade. That's also another mech anime, but it's
never seen that one.
a very old anime.
That would probably be why.
It's cool because it's sort of like, it's almost like Power Rangers to the point where, like, they get a crystal and they're like, he's like, you know, power on, and he puts his crystal up and then he turns into like a mech man thing. But it gets really cool because, like, the crystal ends up breaking and they end up having to use a big robot. Like, he has to get inside a big robot to transform. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Tekkaman Blade transformation.
Why?
What?
Oh, this
I
isn't it.
shouldn't have opened Twitter. Huh.
Why not?
It's just some stupid thing. There's this post about some guy who's saying, "Oh, I got blocked by Ubisoft for proving that that there was no that Yasuke was not a samurai, right?" And it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if they were or weren't a samurai. It's a cool story. I mean, it might be a cool story if Ubisoft executes it well.
Oh,
So
I
it
love
doesn't
it though.
fucking matter.
Like,
Like, Ubisoft tells stories in Assassin's Creed. There is a fucking the first game. No, I don't know what happens in the first game. Maybe it's the second game, definitely. There is a magic apple, a magic golden apple that fucking gives you psychic powers.
mhm.
Do you think it matters if someone is like someone is a samurai or not in history? Do you think it matters to Ubisoft? No. Like, what? They're not going off historically accurate. You don't need
Yeah.
you don't need to be perfectly historically accurate. That's so weird.
like the fun of Assassin's Creed is being cool assassin guy in insert time period here. It's I think they do like environmental realism very well, like in terms of like the way they make cities look and like things like that.
Some real. It's based on history. It's supposed to be based on history, so yes. But if it's something that's like inconsequential, that could have happened, but like also like including aspects of like fantasy that are like, you know, maybe not too over the top, but like something that like could feasibly have happened but be kept like secret, you know? If something like that happened in the story, it also doesn't matter. Like I don't see why people care so much about like a singular person's like fucking status. Like oh, this one person did not actually have the status of samurai, even though they did like participate in like a fucking war and a battle and everything, and there is like history about them. Because they didn't officially get samurai thing, it's allowing a bunch of people on Twitter to just be racist. It's so weird.
It's a video game. It has all history. It has an underground society of assassins with freaking hidden blades that they didn't have at the time. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's just supposed to be fun video game with cool his accuracy in regards to like the time period and the world and such. But like, I think if you're playing, I obviously like I haven't played much of the recent games, so I don't know the tone, but I assume when you're playing Assassin's Creed games, you're playing the game to be a cool assassin, not to get a historical accurate narrative or whatever.
Nope, I want it to be historically accurate. Come on, get it together.
My family at the dinner table the other day, I don't know how it came up, but someone said something about how the new Little Mermaid was like had a instead of like a white redhead as Ariel, they had a black woman as Ariel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my family was saying that's like they're like, no, you can't do that because Ariel's meant to be a white redhead, and I was like, I don't think it really impacts the story at all, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think. And then my entire family was like, freaking, oh, you're woke. Oh my god. That does impact the story. It does matter.
That's as soon as I lose respect for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they say woke.
As soon as they go, oh, you're woke, and it's like, okay, fuck you.
Okay.
I'm done.
My sister was like, my sister said I was woke, and then she was like, didn't they set the story in the Caribbean, so it makes sense? I don't know. Is it set in the Caribbean?
I don't know.
It'd be weird for it to be set in the Caribbean because no, it's like
it's meant to be Atlantis, but
it's got like Atlantis.
In
so
theory,
like Atlantis
was an old race
Greek
of people
thing.
that were sort of like Maoris and stuff. So it makes sense for Ariel to be the way that.
Wasn't it Greek? No, it's Greek, isn't it? Atlantis is a Greek thing.
Yes, but it's like yes, but they are descended from like that sort of area.
It would be around in the.
Did you know that half of Greece was also dark-skinned and dark-haired?
No.
I don't know the exact makeup of Greece, no. But
yeah.
But even then, it's in the water. They're mermaids. It's a fictional story, and the race background doesn't play into anything, so it doesn't matter that like what race the characters are played by. Like,
well, Is
I
it Disney
don't know.
remaking it, or is it someone else remaking it?
I have no clue. But
Because maybe the
it
person
doesn't
that
really
originally made it.
matter.
Yeah, I know, but maybe the person that originally made it sort of like they don't want to copy the person who made the original as well. Like,
I mean, also kind of like retelling the story from a different with a different like set of characters.
you need to change the character. It shouldn't be the
is
same character.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
fine.
Yeah.
Because also, I saw a video of like so many kids that were like really happy, crying and stuff because the character was the same race as them, and it's
Yeah.
like, how can you see a video like that and still be like, this character should be this? It's like, but do you see the amount of people that like, oh look, there's representation of my race in like something that I like would really like, like a mermaid thing for like little girls that like mermaids. It's like, you know, I don't know. It seems really harmless.
White people have had enough.
Especially
honestly,
when there's so
like
many
we've had enough
remakes.
representation that everyone should get. You know, like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it should be every movie. Like, obviously, there is plenty of movies coming out now that still have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like the Mulan remake. I feel like it makes sense to have the character of Mulan being played by a I think she was Chinese. The actress that played the new Mulan. But yeah. Those ones, that's a historical story. That one has like a base in a certain, what's it called?
Yeah.
In a certain historical context, or it's got cultural like roots in the actual like thing. Little Mermaid is a fucking mermaid in the ocean. They're not going to like state the fact that the character's background is from whatever. No, the character's background is they live in this ocean fucking city, you know, this underwater city. Like it's not it doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. It's such a stupid. It's such a stupid argument.
Yeah. It's silly. It is very silly. I guess speaking of movies.
Yeah, no.
What do you think so?
I was just gonna say, also, after my sister said I was woke, she also was like really weird. She was like, oh, I bet you, what did she say? I bet you agree with people who identify as animals, don't you? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Introduce me to your sister.
Where did that come from?
Introduce me to your sister.
I so should. This is my Umbreon friend, Siel.
This is like, it's just so stupid. The amount of shit people like there was no need for your sister to bring that up in the first place. It goes to show that people that believe in that kind of bullshit of like wokeness and stuff just end up making up shit on the spot afterwards, after being, you know what I mean? Like, and then they believe themselves, you know what I mean? It's just fucking stupid.
That's part of it. I think it is just making up, like, there's this giant group of people who are like these wacky weirdos who don't really exist, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was... Yeah, I don't know. Weird. It's just weird.
Just
it's just weird.
I'm sorry, so...
Yeah. Kind of worries me for, like, I don't know. Anything like... I don't know. I don't need to get into it.
Well, you always have your
I
friends.
just wish my family was
so.
not the way they are.
It's funny, right? My dad's like hard yakka Australian, yet he's never used the term woke.
Either have my parents. And then they're fairly.
Mind
like,
you, I don't think
accepting
it's
of-
something that older
New
generation would say because it's sort of like a new term.
And at this
Yeah,
point,
My dad
it's more-
hasn't
it's
ever
more
said
like for,
dude
like,
either,
younger
so I
right-wings,
guess it's
feel
like
Mhm. At this point, like woke is just such a buzzword nowadays that like people don't even know what the original word means or like what they saying it what it actually means or whatever. There's like recently in the U.S. I think it was like a few months ago. There was this big press conference and like some Republican congressman was like talking about woke or something, and then he was like asked to define what woke meant, and like he was just like, it means people who think there's changes need to be made in society, and it's like, how is that different than like any other time ever? Like, we will
when you
always-
don't believe, when you don't trust the government and you want to get a new president. Like, does that make you woke then? Like,
I'm not a big fan of government.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is nowadays. It's just anything I do like is
someone
is
who
woke.
incites change is woke. Yeah, basically.
What I find funny is that they say that if they say that as a definition, it's like don't right-wing people say that they took the fucking red pill and woke up. Like, bro,
Mhm.
That's
it's so
fucking
weird.
funny.
Yeah, it just means nothing. Nowadays, it just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It is a pointless buzzword. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like I'm trying to think of like how you like would like get someone out of that mentality, right? Of
Brainwash them, like most fucking governments do.
yeah, but like ideally with
Making the popcorn orange stress to brainwash people.
what the
Punz be my test dummy.
what'd you say, hon? I actually didn't totally
Punz
say.
would be my test dummy.
What the?
Emotional lately.
What'd you say? Anyway,
Anyway, speaking
by
of
the way,
movies,
I put the anime transformation thing.
ooh,
I swear I saw.
You'll see it. You'll look at it and go, "Oh, that is old."
was
You know what I mean?
nothing
see if I can show stream this.
I just like the music. Like, that was a show I used to watch all the time on Cheese TV. So that's the second transformation. The first one is like before his crystal gets broken. I love Pegasus. He's so cool. He's like a robot, but then starts getting a bit of sentience and sort of like gets a little bit more like
Like the mech itself
he gets a
gets
bit of
some
personality. Huh?
The
Oh,
mech
just
itself gets
okay.
sentient?
I'm bringing up
Yeah,
Bethesda.
the mech itself
I'm
starts
bringing up
getting like
Bethesda.
a personality on its own, sort of.
I'm bringing up Bethesda now. I'm doing it. You can add one to the
All
counter.
right, all right. You heard it here first, folks.
Bethesda, Starfield added.
Okay.
Creations, right? Creations was something. So you know they had Creation Club. Did anyone know about that? The paid
Yeah.
mods they originally had in Skyrim and Fallout 4, right? So they had Creation Club, but then they scrapped the idea, kind of. So they just like didn't release anything on Creation Clubs for a while, and now they're bringing this new thing called Creations. So what Creations does is people can verify. Oh, it's like you get free mod. You can upload mods there to be free mods, but you can also upload paid mods to there. But you need to become verified creator by like Bethesda to upload your paid mods, right? And this means that you this means that yeah, like these mod creators can get paid for their work, right? Which is cool.
Mhm.
It's cool for mod creators to be paid for
But who's
the
paying
work.
for mods?
But like, is it worth it? What happens if they set the prices too high? I feel they
Yeah.
can set their prices at whatever they like. It's like, I don't know. If they're making content and it's good content, yes, okay, fair. But
Mhm.
Bethesda also can release content through this system. So they released their first mission that's like extra content to Starfield. They released one for free. It was a pretty decent long quest from what I hear, because I haven't played it myself and I'm not planning on playing it anytime soon. I'm waiting for modders to actually fix Starfield first before I want to, or not fix it, but like fix some of the issues I have with it. Maybe add some more content. Because there's not enough main quest lines. There is like 4 faction quests in the entire thing, and you look at like Skyrim. There's let me think. I am sure I can come up with 4 just like really quickly. Companions, what's the assassin's one called? Dark Brotherhood.
Mhm.
The fucking Thieves Guild, and you could do the faction quest for the Civil War quest for either faction. That's 4 already. That's 4 already, and I can think of more. Let me give it a little bit more thought. I'm sure I can think of more. There's the Dawnguard one that's added by DLC though. What is
So if I get Starfield, I'll just post the video in the podcast chat. I'm definitely gonna get the Star Wars Overhaul mod.
Mhm.
I would think that would change the. It would be. I don't know. I feel like that would be awkward.
Well, it
play
changes all NPC, like
the-
all alien. It adds extra alien NPC models where they're actually aliens from Star Wars.
Yeah, it's
it
just
adds
the
extra
fact that
stories.
it's not all like voiced
Um,
and shit like correctly,
Yeah.
and then it's
that's
like
fair.
you've got this weird clash of like the base content that doesn't fit into the Star Wars universe. I don't know. That shit would
Okay.
just like it wouldn't work in my head. But I don't know if you don't mind it, then yeah, go ahead.
I'm just been waiting for a decent Star Wars game, and it's like the only way that I can play a decent Star Wars game is someone with a gun or whatever.
What else? I'm sure there's
mods,
another faction. I just can't think of it actually.
Aren't they making a new
think of
Star Wars
Forge, by the way,
game?
but I can't-
With like you just play like some
Outlaws.
smuggler?
Yeah.
which looks
Atlas,
really good, and
and that
people are
actually
saying
looks
it's
pretty
really
decent.
good. Yeah.
Well, I've heard that it's decent. I didn't hear that it was really good. I heard that from people who playtested it, it was decent. I heard that it was solid gameplay wise, but a little on the easy side. And it's like it's nothing like revolutionary. It's just kind of like if you like Star Wars, you will like it, but it's nothing like crazy brand new or anything.
Is it like Star Wars, but like easy Mass Effect, sort of like? Vibes, I guess.
What?
Oh, because I saw some people saying that like Star Wars Outlaws is more like a
I think it's kind of like
an easy mode Mass Effect, but Star Wars.
I don't think that would necessarily be the case.
Okay.
Because there's not really any like companion stuff besides your little buddy and the robot. From what I see, there's not really any of that companion stuff that's in the thing, and that's like a big aspect of Mass Effect. There wasn't. There is like reputation, but that's more in line with something like Fallout New Vegas than Mass Effect, because Mass Effect doesn't have a reputation with certain factions kind of thing. It has like choices that affect your like overall outcomes, but not exactly like a reputation meter depending on how many of certain group you kill or like how many quests you do for a certain person. I don't know. I wouldn't think it was a Mass Effect kind of game. What are all the faction? I'm missing a few here. Let me. Oh fuck! How did I miss that? Like in the main story, you can like choose to like go with fucking. I guess the main story doesn't count. You can choose in the not Dawn Guard, in what's it called? What's the Dwarven city? Markarth? Markarth. In Markarth, you can choose between the Forsworn or the people of Markarth. There is. There's other ones. I swear to God, there's other ones. Oh, you could do like a whole like. You could do the whole Mages Guild. Not Mages Guild. What's that called in Skyrim? College of Winterhold. There we go. You do a whole College of Winterhold. That's a whole fucking faction quest. There's just so many like long faction quest lines in Skyrim, but fucking Starfield has 4. Starfield has like actually just 4. Like I don't know, even 6 would be, you know.
There's this big video I watch on Starfield covering like all of the faction and then the main story quest of that game. I think, did you send that to me? So was that the one with like the person talking to like the Todd Howard computer? Do you remember that? Or did I watch that on my own? But
you might have watched it on your own. I don't think I watched the whole Starfield one. Starfield retrospectives. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
They go hard on that shit. I mean, it's not a terrible game. I don't like any of the weapons anymore because I've had all the inaccuracies pointed out to me. But now when I see the guns, I notice the inaccuracies and it fucks with my head. So I need a thing that replaces all weapons with weapons that actually like function normally and don't have magic bullets that teleport from the fucking magazine that's placed in a random spot to the actual barrel. So have you seen the Rattler?
No.
The Rattler?
Yeah, it's a gun.
I have not.
I think it's called the Rattler. Yeah, it's called.
Here's the Rattler.
Please explain to me how the bullets get from the magazine to the gun.
That like side-loaded gun, like the drum mag on the side.
No. Look at this. How do they get into the chamber? Tell me how they get from that cylinder into the chamber. Tell me.
Oh, start that was slow. 1 second.
That wouldn't have a lot of power behind it.
This gun here, Chad. Let me show you this interesting specimen of weapon design.
How do these bullets get from the cylinder to the chamber?
There's like a slot on the top of the chamber, I guess, and they go through that. On top of the
they like pop up and then slide all the way back.
I guess.
Into the chamber.
That's the only way I could.
Why the fuck would that be the design? Who would design a gun like that?
Only way I could see.
Why does it have a slide then? Why does it have a slide? Why does it fucking slide?
I have no clue. This is guns that are over-engineered and not like researched. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
What is this from?
Yeah, the Rattler.
What is this from?
They designed this to like Starfield.
Okay.
So now this shit just annoys me. Seeing shit like this in Starfield, I like now notice that this is like, because I didn't put any thought into it when I first saw it in the game. I was just like, oh, okay, gone. But like, when you hear someone go like, this doesn't work, how would this work? And they try and show all the ways that it could possibly work. It's like, okay, these are like, wouldn't make any sense to like manufacture. Like, why would you ever manufacture these like this? It's just, I can't unsee it now. I can't
Alright,
unsee
someone
shit
3D print that gun and then send it to Soap.
Invent a gun that takes bullets from the cylinder, puts it backward to the end of the gun into the.
I don't think you can send 3D printed guns to Australia. Or within Australia, you can't send them to other people within Australia. I feel like that might get held up somewhere.
Siel's hacking into the mainframe?
That I'm making the gun right now on the 3D printer.
Yeah. But I feel like all the guns in Starfield are just like, it's like they got the person who designs the fucking... Oh, and Starfield and Fallout 4. Fallout 4 also has guns that don't make any sense. I feel like the way they designed these guns is they got the person who 3D designed the swords in Skyrim, and they went, okay, buddy, we need you to make guns for this
Gun?
game.
Question mark?
And they were like, guns? Yeah, I could do that. And they just made a 3D design of guns that they think look cool, but they have no understanding on how guns like actually work.
Yeah.
So they've just like put the magazines. They're like, oh, magazine needs to go somewhere. Put a magazine on gun. Smile. They're not like thinking, oh, this magazine needs to line up with the barrel. And in Fallout 4, they have like left-handed fucking bolt action for like they were left-handed bolt action. Every fucking bolt action in fucking thing is left-handed. That doesn't even make sense. Your character's right-handed, and in the Fallout universe, is everyone left-handed? Well, no, because we already established that everyone's like that. It's like normal to have right-handed in all the previous games that have right-handed fucking guns. I don't know. It's so
Is it
stupid.
weird unique or something?
No. It's just the standard gun. The standard bolt action is the bolt is on the wrong side.
Okay.
I think the reason that it's there is because it's like, oh, it's so you can see your character using the bolt, right? But it's like your character isn't supposed to be using the bolt like that. It's supposed to be like using it on the other side. And also the all the like shells eject into your camera, into your like fucking like they eject from like the left. From the left of the gun, which crosses over into your like it would be firing the shells at your like other arm, which is bad because shells are hot and you don't want to fire shells onto your other arm. It's just like it's just really fucking bad weapon design. Because they got someone who doesn't know anything about guns to design it. They could have just got someone to like look over this and say, "Hey, do you see anything wrong with these gun designs?" When they did like the like concept art or something.
But no, they're like,
they could have been like the person who could have checked over and been like, "Well, this concept art, this gun doesn't look like it will work."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They also have different. Okay, they have 2 guns that use the same ammunition, right? In Starfield, there's these 2 guns that use the same ammunition, which isn't crazy, right? But they do significantly different amounts of damage, and one, the shells or casing that's being ejected, they're completely different sizes, even though they are fed the exact same ammo. The casing ejected from either of them is different. So that doesn't just make sense at all. Like, I mean, it's such a minor thing that you're probably not going to notice. But if you do notice it, it's like annoying, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't finish what I was saying. Starfield released they released this extra quest, right? With this new faction they added, a free quest on creations. You can get it for free. Epic, right? But
Yeah.
they also released an $8 quest. But this $8 quest is apparently really boring, and it's kind of just like a walk to location, do a little bit of dialogue, and then
Okay.
what's it called? And kill some people. Like it's not, there's nothing like really that interesting, and the dialogue is apparently very minimal because it's like it's a bounty quest. You're just going there to kill someone. You might talk to them a little bit and then just kill them. It's just it's kind of funny,
Yeah.
Everyone's like, this $8 quest is not worth it, but like they make you play this really good one first that's free, and then they give you the $8 one that's garbage and not worth $8. If it's worth $8, this is $8 US, by the way.
Mhm.
And you have to buy the $10 currency to purchase it, because you can't get their paid mods just by paying for the mods. You have to buy their currency to pay for the mods. And guess what? To get the $8 mod, you have to spend $10 because they don't have a pack that's $8. They have a pack that's $10 and a pack that's like fucking $5. The $5 one isn't enough. You need to get the $10 one. So it's like stupid. It's stupid. It's like
Of course, they have to do that. Get that extra dollar money out of you.
Yeah, you can't price things the exact price that you would actually need the fucking fee. You need to price it halfway between two, so it's like, well, you have to buy the more expensive one.
Yeah, we have to milk our customers every step of the way, from having a terrible quest to just them buying it, you know? I will say this,
but
when the Skyrim creation, when they tried to do paid mods with Skyrim, one of the big problems they had was there was a significant lack of quest mods for the paid stuff. So much of it was just like weapons and armor and stuff.
It wasn't necessarily there's a lack of quest mods. There was a lack of quest mods with voice acting. The quest mods that they did have, they would add like a single weapon or something, and they'd be like, okay, cool, single weapon added to the game. And it had a little quest with it. But the quest was like, you read page, go to location, read page, go to new location. It wasn't like an interesting mod. It wasn't an interesting quest. It was a shit quest.
It's just like, because like, that's a shame, because like so much of like the best Skyrim mods like that came out were like the voice acted quest mods with like, or like like fully voice acted quest mods with their own unique weapons and enemies and all that. And like that's kind of what the optimist in me was like hoping we would get out of the paid creation club, because like I didn't like it, because I didn't like it at all.
You think they're getting paid? They could pay for like a voice actor, you know?
They could pay for a voice actor.
Or pay someone to voice act.
The money would be beginning a higher quality mod,
like a particularly good one. It could just be like kind of an average voice actor, you know? It's I don't know. I feel like there's also just like a decent amount of people who are decent voice actors that, you know, are looking for work, and if you were like, hey, I'm making a mod, I'll give you this much if you voice these lines. And it's like, all right, sick.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like voice acting just adds so much.
Absolutely. As
going to a location and then finding everyone is dead and there's a page written on the ground that explains the whole situation. That shit just doesn't feel as good to me when it's as opposed to like maybe you go to the location and almost everyone's dead and there's like one person on the ground that's like dying and they explain it to you. That's better in my opinion than the page on the ground, you know?
Agreed.
Honey.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about this unban request that you have?
Unban request?
Uh-huh.
We have an unban request?
We have one singular unban request. I don't count. We have two. The other one I don't count because it's a bot that like scrapes information. Called Commander Root. We have one unban request from one singular Malorian, and his comment reads, "My voice gets higher pitched when I'm drunk, so I sound gay like you." Thank you.
Nice. Cool.
Oh,
What a unban request message, you know?
Very,
Like,
very,
what a way to ask for an unban.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I don't think they were asking for unban. I think they were just like,
Fuck.
you know, trying to be rude.
Yeah, Sooky. Fuck Bolo.
No, the fucking game fucked me and fucking.
Definitely what Sooky was talking about.
Yeah, totally.
Fucking.
It input buffered my roll and fucking rolled as soon as I got up instead of waiting.
That's actually crazy. I don't, because like they were banned so long ago.
Long
Like,
ago. This
and-
was 3 days ago, by the way, that they said this. 3 days ago.
Bro, I must be living
they're still
in this
trying to
guy's head
around.
that they just said, I'm gonna go to Punz stream a person who I like. I don't think we had any kind of meaningful interaction. We might have had like one or two conversations at one of the older homies events before they were banned, but like that's it. Like I've had no meaningful interaction with this person, and this person took the time out of their day. Like for those who are missing the context, Molo was banned from homies in a whole bunch of related communities to my stream and my friend's streams for being a general sex offender pest weirdo.
Sex
pest. But anyway, that was over a year ago, right? Huh?
Easily over a year ago.
Oh yeah. So the fact that this person who I've not interacted with in over a year and we barely interacted before the ban took the time out of their day.
Yeah, but they tried to like sneak in again. The thing is, they tried to sneak in again. Like that's the thing. They tried to. I can't remember what it was, but there was some like.
I remember there was
I saw some event where that.
Mm-hmm.
A little thing earlier this year, I think. Well, maybe it was late last year. I don't know. Sometime it was. I don't know. They've been banned for well over a year.
Yeah.
But like within the last year, I saw them pop up again, and then everyone had that talk of like, yeah, this person was being really weird. Remember that. Don't invite them to events. You know, don't if you know who they are, and you don't have an issue with them. Fine, sure. Don't have an issue with them, but they are not invited or not welcome to homies, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with this person, so like don't, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Don't bring them around, you know.
Yeah, but like
I think it's because the homies was an open instance, so like this is before you. I think that's the reason you guys started setting it as a group instance, right?
Yep.
It was part of the reason.
Part of the reason we just wanted more control.
It was a group public.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a group public, and I don't think you guys had Molo banned because I don't think Molo was around when homies was a thing. It was
back in that. I don't think that was when
we had the group
were a thing.
Before
I think
group instances were a thing.
So it was just a friends plus where
Molo was banned before group instances were a thing. So, so we didn't have them banned, so they started showing up to homies. Oh, they tried to show up to homies at least twice. I don't know. Or older than that? No, group instances were around when homies started, but it wasn't homies at the time. It wasn't called homies. It was
just. I don't think it had like a name.
It really depends on when you consider homies to started. Homies you could have started back when you could say homies started when Sooky was doing meetups because that's where the original group came from.
Nah.
But Well,
I
yeah, no,
think
that's what
it
I'm saying.
happens when we
It
made a
depends on where
Discord
you
for
started.
the events, as opposed to just us DMing
Well,
Octo and being like, "Hey, we be doing the thing tonight."
Is that even is that even within a year? It hasn't been a year, has it?
Oh, it's been over a
Yeah?
year.
I
I
think
can go
over-
back and I can find it in Discord.
I don't know. I don't know how old that is, but they were definitely banned before Homies was named Homies, and Homies was only named Homies like a month after group instances became a thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was like, oh well, there's these parties that are the pre-herd parties, right? Because it was okay. It was Sooky, then it was Octo's meetups, which Octo hated because it wasn't really Octo's meetups. It was just Octo was the only one that would take initiative and start everything. So everyone kind of just looked to Octo and was like, Octo meetup. Octo, is a
when we're
meetup
doing the
happening
thing.
today? Octo, is this happening? And then you two, I think, decided to take it off Octo's like hands and make it like a pre-herd meetup. And then the herd party stopped happening. So then this just became kind of the herd party, because it kind of blended into the herd party that wasn't actually a herd party because there was no herd party. So it was just like, all right, just go to the homies, or go to the party that we're holding before herd, right?
True.
And what's it called? It became homies. Yeah, that's what I was finding it weird the other day. The herd homies discourse was like, people were saying like when it started and when it didn't start. It depends on what you consider started. Homies is not older than herd parties. I heard people saying that it was. It is not older than herd parties.
No.
The
very first person to ever join was Punz at 3/13/2020. So we're over a year by 3 months. A year and 3 months.
3 months. Okay. Yeah, but like herd parties started happening while the Sooky meetups were still happening, you know? So I don't know. Homies, for those are unofficial herd parties. Those are like, I typed in fucking Aki's Discord and Aki's like, oh, everyone's hanging out in VR chat tonight. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know? It wasn't like Aki made a post like, hey, there's an official herd party. It was like everyone herd meet up at a great pug, you know? Or Black Cat. It was like, it was not an official thing at that point. But then it became an official thing. I still think even before Homies was established as Homies, like 100% it was established as an official thing. And there was like a good span where herd was happening every night, and these herd parties were happening.
It wasn't every night.
Pre-herd party parties
twice a week.
Not every night, every week. Not every night. I meant just every week.
Yeah.
Every Sunday night for me. Every Saturday night for other people, I guess. Oh, maybe I guess Sunday morning. Because it was really late in the day. Yeah, so those started happening. It would be neat to have more casual herd instances, but I get it. It could never be the same way as it was.
No.
Aki was literally like a 50 viewer streamer at the time. Like, it was super casual.
We used to show up at a fucking midnight rooftop and dance on the goddamn like roof.
Yeah, it was not a big instance. It was a small instance, and it would be like we would join a public and
we would join Andre on his friends.
Other people there. Yeah, we'd usually just join Andre and his friends, and Aki would say, "This is the part where the party's happening tonight," you know.
Yeah.
it was very, very casual, and then it became kind of more official as shit went on. So it was like, what's it called? It was I don't know how to explain it. It was different. It's different. It could never be the same way. Aki is too big for there to be something so casual. What was I gonna say?
So I don't think I've been back to Midnight Rooftop since those days. Like, I don't think I've just gone to that world.
I definitely have, but I don't know. It's definitely because I joined someone. I can actually recall. I think the last time I went there, I think I went there with No, actually, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna end this on a story.
It was over a year ago. No, I was just cuddling with someone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just cuddling. Yeah.
You could have just let it at that. You let that. No one questioned you. No one questioned you.
No, it's just because the sussy comment came up.
That's
sussy comment came up. So
the way you said it, the way it's just
cuddling.
Like it sounded a bit sarcastic.
Yeah.
No, it's just.
We didn't have our clothes on, but we were just cuddling. We were just cuddling.
No, the clothes were on, but like, you know,
you could just say it was wherever you were.
No.
Then it was kinky.
No. I don't know what you're fucking going on about. I don't know how the fuck either of these people, like, I've never done anything with either of them. Like,
that's
what?
not true.
Nothing, I have never done anything that's actually, like, serious with them. I have sat on their laps at parties, I guess. But, like, then again, I sat on every single person's lap. Did I do something with every single person? I don't think so.
I watched Kiki dry hump very drunkenly at Aki's birthday party on the top rafters. Okay.
No, that is not true. That is not true.
That is actually very much true.
That is not true.
It's not true.
I was just talking to them.
No, it wasn't true. No.
I have no clue. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm just like...
Majority of the times when I say these things, I am like, this is a truth. I have committed and burned this into the brain.
This is not like... Yeah, you're over-exaggerating the extent of...
I'm really not.
You're over-exaggerating the extent of how serious it is. You're making it seem like I, like, ERP'd or, like, actually dry humped. It was definitely not dry humping. I was sitting on
I'd say it was more teasing, right?
The time where I was like dancing on people. Yeah, I don't know. Even that, maybe, I don't know. Not really. But no, you could say I did that with so many people though. At that point, though.
That's fair.
I don't know. I don't think. Okay, that one was actually like... that one was a little different. That one was a bit more extreme, I think.
Yeah, that one was a little bit.
That was a bit more extreme. That was dancing on them, but that was like...
That was dancing on them? I remember the window incident. That's all I'm saying, you know?
I was definitely dancing on them, but like... Oh... That was
a good night.
That was me very drunk trying to dance, and like that was so funny. It was so funny that happened. I turn around and there's like fucking 20 people staring at me through a window. It's actually everyone through a window staring at me, and I'm like, bro,
so funny,
what the fuck are you guys doing? I was very drunk that night.
That's like the highlight of my birthday that night.
Good times.
Oh man, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, no. What was I gonna say? homies only became homies after herd parties stopped being like stopped being in like full swing, you know, because they weren't herd parties when they were not okay. The pre-hangout before Aki's herd parties was mostly just games, and then it became drinking games.
True.
It was mostly games, and it was kind of drinking games because it was like, oh, just drink if this happens during this game, or drink if you lose, or whatever. And it was like we were playing like actual VR chat games, like maybe we played like hide and seek. Maybe we played one of those like jumping maps. Maybe we played like something else like that. But then it became like actual fucking drinking games at some point. That's after you guys took over, I feel like.
I joined
just because it's kind of harder to.
Was Hunter hosting a drinking board game? And I remember at the end of the night thanking Hunter for like keeping track of everybody while drunk and keeping the game going. And that was the first time I think I ever joined.
I think the first time you joined, it was like in the drinking world.
I think I can recall that.
Drinking nights? I think it was drinking nights.
Yeah.
No, it was like a weird like 4-segmented world, honey, where like you had to go through like a little gateway to go. Like the thing you're thinking about was like 2 times later or 1 time later after.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I feel like wasn't I the one that was trying to get everyone from the herd thing to meet up beforehand though? I was like, hey, you should all go. Oh, you guys should meet up at this one, this thing that all these like other people are like doing. Because I was trying to like merge the groups because you know the parties that like happened once and then one happened like right after. So I was trying to like kind of like merge them both because I was like, oh, you guys are gonna like. Those people, I'd be like, hey, you gotta come to the herd party after this? And then it was like, you know, trying to get them to like lead into one another. And then eventually they like straight up just did lead into one another. So...
What you're hearing here is Sophus the shadow mastermind behind everything.
That's not what I mean! I just try and get my friends to hang out with other friends. That wasn't what I was meaning. I was meaning I like seeing people at one party at another party because it's like more time that we're all hanging out.
True.
But yeah, no. What was I gonna say? Blah, 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 blah.
Meet up, run into each other. I'm
trying to get that like time frame right in my head. Oh yeah, no. So when the herd party stopped happening officially, that's when everyone was just like, "Oh, everyone meet up for the new herd party." The herd party is being hosted by Punz and it was like.
I think it was Buster, right?
Siel hosting
what it was that you're thinking of Buster
hosting
was...
a party.
Yeah.
Go ahead, so.
Yeah. It was like these parties would happen and it was like, oh, everyone can just join off Buster because Buster's like one of the like primary people that people would join off for the herd party. It was like, oh, add Buster if you want to join the herd party originally. And it was like, oh, well, since the herd party is no longer happening, this homies party, which wasn't called the homies party at the time, was just like this pre-herd party is extending into herd party now. It is just becoming the it's like enveloping both time slots.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like an extended party. But then everyone kept calling it the herd party because, you know, it was happening at the herd party time and everyone was like, oh, it's still kind of the same thing because it's all the same people. It's just not hosted by Aki. And then everyone kept like saying that, oh, if you want to join the herd party, just join Buster or Siel. And I think Trey might have been another one that was.
Trey was fucking a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know for the start of the like homies being covering both slots, but it was definitely definitely join of these people for the now herd party time slot, but it wasn't the herd party because it was only like 3 weeks into that happening that Aki was like, I don't want you guys calling it the herd party.
Yep.
Because everyone kept saying it was the herd party, which it technically wasn't. It was its own thing, but everyone just kept saying herd party because it was during the same time.
And we never
it was all
called
the
it
same
herd
people.
party.
Yeah, we never called it the
just
herd
everyone
party.
else was.
No.
It was everyone
No.
else.
When you guys are hosting it, you never said you're hosting a herd party. It was more just if you
You're
want to
hosting
hang
a
out with
homie
herd
hangout.
members.
Your homie hangout,
join-
I think it was.
Yes,
Jo-
something like that. Before we call it like homosexual.
There's a
Mind Geek made homosexual.
And then eventually, you guys kept saying like homosexuals and stuff, and I was like, I don't remember when this happened, but I was like, are you guys gonna create a group for this? And Punz was like, oh, I've been thinking about it, or maybe it was just
True.
You guys are like,
Yeah,
you
that's
guys are
something
like,
I'd say.
well, I've been thinking about it. And I was like, oh my god, just make it, just make a group and make it an actual like official
Well,
thing.
no.
Stop like being
You?
like, oh, it's a party, but it's not official. And I was like, oh my god, just fucking make it. Just
It was
fucking
you,
set
Lovely.
it as a thing.
You and Lovely both like made it, like brought that up, and it was like, fuck it, we'll do it.
Yeah, it was in that movie world. It was in that movie world. I remember it. I remember this conversation. I was like,
Your conversation with Movie
you guys
World,
gonna,
Lovely
like,
showing up
actually-
and telling us was a photo shoot for me and Punz. Like I was doing photos for Punz because he asked me
okay,
that.
I remember telling you guys. I remember what like I feel like it was the night it was made. Actually, I was like, make it a fucking thing. Like, what are you doing? Was it you? Was it you?
Punz, because
Who
Punz
was the one who actually
is the owner of the group. Is you were talking to Punz about it.
I think so. Yeah, no, I think I was talking to Punz that night in the movie world, and I was like, Punz, just make it an actual group so that people can like join it, and there's just no like confusion, just like so that like everyone knows that that's the party, that's the group of everyone that's hanging out in this thing, and you were like, oh, I don't know what to call it, homosexuals. And I was like, just do it. Just fucking do it. Just fucking name it that.
Yeah, Punz made the VRC
I was
group.
telling you guys.
I made the Discord.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about making Discord. And I don't think I even streamed at that point, so I was like, do you know how to do Discord? Probably. And
I just remember, it was because I feel like I was telling you, Siel, to do it, and I was telling Punz to do it, but I remember the night that it, like, I got like, I was just like, okay, just do it like now.
But Sooky, to go back on conversation, the first thing Busta ever did was when Aki stopped hosting them, she gave me and Busta permission to host them. I hosted the first one, Busta hosted the second one. Mine, I spent 3 or 4 hours running around that world, checking people's avatars that entire time, and making sure people weren't in shitty avatars. And then Busta hosted the next one and didn't really do that, and so people kind of just ran around in terrorist avatars and walked up on Aki and made a bunch of complaints and I think fucked like openly in the floor. And that's when Aki was like, no more.
Yep.
No.
I remember seeing that happening, and I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable.
Yep.
I still don't think they were called herd parties. Were they called herd parties at the time?
They
I
were
don't
called
know.
herd parties because we had permission to do that. And then that was when the permission was cut off. And that's when I was like, I'm making the homies party.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I just thought it was weird because I saw a bunch of confusion about homies has been going on longer than herd parties. It was like, no, it hasn't, but like it has been a separate thing the whole time. Like
it is a separate
and
thing.
It
You're
kind
not
of
the herd
evolved
party.
from separate things. Like it was a separate thing that was created in a separate way, and it's like wasn't originally based off it, but they kind of merged into each other, and the community is really mixed. Just because, like, you know, it's a good time slot to like carry over one party into another.
Exactly.
And, you know, that sort of thing.
People still sometimes do mistake that for like the homies is like a herd thing when it's not. I think that was like something that was a discussion about that happened in the Discord recently. Did it not, hon? About that kind of thing?
About calling homies herd?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened like 5 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that.
It wasn't that long ago.
The conversation
I
we
think
were
it
just
was
having
only 3,
for
actually.
like 30 minutes.
I feel like it was only 3 or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It was 3 days ago.
3 days ago? Okay.
It was 3.
Like, by the time, I don't have my computer, I do nothing but play Poke Rogue and, like, walk to the grocery store when Punz whips me to do things.
What the? I
Please
will
help.
to the grocery store and whip you.
He broke out the barbed wire whip a while ago, and I don't really have much back flush left. Please help me. Help.
It's okay, I have necromancy spell, so I'll bring it back up.
Yeah.
They are separate things. The herd party and the homie sexuals are completely different parties. While we do have a lot of community overlap, we are not related to Aki or
we are not associated with Akiwu.
We are not associated with Aki with streamer Akiwu.
We're not beeflings. That's not how this works.
Okay. It's the same thought of people going, oh, you all went to church together. Oh, you're all going to the pub together, so you're going to church? It's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not the same thing. Moral of the story, don't call them the same thing. There is a lot of community overlap, but they are not related. They are not related events. Just because a lot of herd members show up to a homies does not mean the homies is a herd event. It is not, I don't know. It is not.
Don't worry, we'll draft up a we are not affiliated with, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very interesting dive into the freaking lore of homies. Maybe
First time I ever met Punz, he was stacking on 5 other people in a herd party.
I was stacking with Tig and Finn and a few other people.
Very true. By stacking, they were on top of each other, like vertically, not like in a puddle.
Mm-hmm. We're doing a cuddle stack. Tig was like, we're doing a new thing. We're doing a cuddle stack.
Yeah, and I hate to do this to you.
I was there at the dawn of time. No, I wasn't actually. I was there at the end of the Sooky and the start of the herd parties. So I don't know. It was just weird seeing a bunch of people saying when stuff happened and it wasn't like said correctly. But I was like, I don't want to like type it out. I don't want to like go into this chat and like type out the whole like timeline of when things happened.
Yeah, maybe I'll save this as a highlight or something, and then we have people can refer to the lore. Refer to the lore. No. Was there anything else we wanted to? Yeah. Is there anything else we wanted to bring up about homies in the old days?
It's my group, not Punz's. Don't listen to him. It's all mine.
What the? No.
What's yours is Punz's.
No.
You don't have individual property anymore. It's all shared property between each other.
That's how marriage works, honey. When we get married, that's how that works.
You ain't taking half the group if we break up, that's all I'm saying.
What the? I do own half the group. I own the freaking VR chat group.
Nah,
what you gonna do with the VR chat group?
I'll contact Tupper, you know.
Okay. Tupper, please. I have divorced with my husband. I need you to what? What's that?
Yeah, talk over me more. I said I was answering.
I wanted to talk to you. You talk to me.
Nope. I'm the one here who has the talking stick.
What the? Please.
Yes. Give Nyan more permissions.
You should have the organizer permissions, Nyan. Because I think I made an organizer role for people to make announcements and stuff and create instances, and I think I gave that to you, but I'll check that after the podcast. Yes.
I was answering Nyan's question of who were the biggest troublemakers back then. I said, here, let me open up unbanned requests real fast on your stream.
Okay.
Well, it's we really didn't have troublemakers, honestly. I mean, kinky, I guess, but kinky's always been kinky, so.
Yeah, but that's the more
Oh my
of a
god, kinky.
goofy troublemaker, not an actual troublemaker.
Man would show up
I heard
drunk
Kinky
with
saying
music.
some.
Yeah, that's more recent though.
weird
It's not,
shit
back
the
in
other
the,
day.
it's not back in the day. It's recent.
Huh?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. Kinky's always
Been like that, yeah.
Problematic.
But
But yeah, we very rarely had any kind of troublemakers. Like there was a once in a blue moon, there would be someone who was like saying like slurs or whatever, and they were just kicked and they never came back again.
Yeah, but like that's gonna
Like-
happen with a not public.
Any friends plus
group?
party,
Is it
any
public
friends
group
plus
or
party, right?
Friends plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any group plus, any friends plus,
It's
like,
like-
a friend of a friend of a friend
It's like
joins and they don't fit the vibe.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
can't help it.
We had someone trying to justify their racism in the most recent one.
Huh?
in the most recent
I
one,
heard about that one.
Yep,
I was gonna ask what happened, but then I felt like maybe I don't want to like ask it on stream.
it was a
about
group
what
of them,
happened.
and like the group of them, like the couple of them were agreeing with them, going, "Oh, it's not
Oh.
racist if it's right. It's not racist if it's right." Like it's like, what? Get the fuck out of here!
What
So
was-
this wasn't
What the fuck?
the people I'm thinking of. Okay. I didn't hear about this.
Mm-hmm.
They were swiftly banned. I did not hear
Mm-hmm.
about this.
I'll tell you
I
after
didn't.
stream.
I didn't hear about it. I
Okay.
didn't, yeah,
Okay.
I didn't see it, but like I heard that it happened.
The worst racists are the
Um,
ones that try to justify their racism.
Well, I think there's no good racists, but you know, I mean, I don't know if that's
I'm not going to make
worse
the
or
I could make
equally
the
as
joke.
bad
Sorry,
as
sorry.
someone
Let me
who's just,
rephrase.
like,
The worst people
senselessly
are the
racist.
racists that try to justify their racism.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Some of the worst people. Sorry. Sorry, I'm eating popcorn.
Yeah,
That's all you want, Queen.
yeah. Because like I don't know, I don't think there's a difference between how bad a person is if they're senselessly racist or if they're being justifiably racist in their own
I
mind.
mean, you
'Cause
can
it's
grow
not
up in
justified.
a
There's no way to
racist-
justify it.
you can grow up in a racist outcome, and what if you get told it's like, oh, that's fucked up, and you go, oh, no, wait, that is fucked up.
Uh-huh.
It's not great that you did it,
Well, I was brought up
but
around pretty racist people. I mean, I can understand people being like ignorant, I guess,
yeah,
but I don't know. Ignorance. People who are ignorant aren't going to justify it, and people who are or aren't going to be able to justify it, or in their like in the they're not going to be able to try and justify it because it's not going to come off justified. It's never justified. And people who are what's it called? People who are just like senselessly doing it are like, you know, they're just straight up racist. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. I think to be fair, I feel like a lot of people that I knew growing up weren't necessarily racist, but they didn't understand the issues with like things like slurs and stuff. But then again, there are a lot of just like straight up racist people that I knew growing up, because you know, Australians can be fairly racist, especially up
Yeah.
north.
So,
Um,
my take on that is, I have a lot of friends that are quote unquote racist. They don't hate anyone, right? They just see it as a sort of like banter with their friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not doing
Yeah.
it to be hurtful or hateful. It's just how, you know. I mean, you can probably understand it too. So it's like it's growing up in school. It
Yeah,
was just
the
like everyone
edgy
was talking
humor.
shit to each other just to be
Yeah,
funny,
it's
right?
like-
Just to make jokes and everything, and it
Well,
wasn't really
that-
targeting anyone or hateful. But
yeah,
that doesn't make it not racist. You know, they
yeah.
weren't necessarily bad
You
people
might
doing
not
it.
be racist,
but-
but say racist stuff as well if you're just trying to be edgy. Like that was the whole like Master Oogway thing. Like, I don't think that person is racist, but they said a slur because they thought it was funny and edgy. But it is racist to do that. They just didn't understand the actual like impact of. They don't understand the impact of those words. Like, it's just like, and they doubled down on like, I should be able to just say whatever I want. It's like, yeah, in an ideal world, words shouldn't have any power, right? Like, in an ideal world, no word should like be harmful to anyone. But if it is harmful to people, you shouldn't say it. And we're not in the ideal world where the word isn't harmful. So it's like, don't say those words, you know?
True.
Yeah.
There is history to these words, and the history is not good, and it has bad connotations to it, and bad
The words were used inherently to hurt. They weren't used to just banter, you know?
And people aren't going to forget that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we don't hang out with those kind of people anymore. I guess part of working remote is you don't really interact with those kind of people. You can better filter who you hang out with more, I guess.
There's people at work I definitely hear just being racist.
Mhm.
And there's people who just say like slurs because they don't understand like they don't understand because like, okay, in Australia I feel like a lot of slurs, especially like the N-word and stuff, is not like
The N-word isn't something that's used often here. The F-word, however,
well, it's
is
used
a lot in Australia.
I mean, the N-word's used up here a lot. I don't know about where you are, but the N-word is used here. But no one's like, everyone just thinks it's. Everyone who I've heard use it, it seems like their idea of using it is just, haha, edgy word, and they don't like understand like the actual like how bad it is because they haven't had any like interactions with anyone who's like not had any interactions, but they haven't had any long interactions or a lot of interactions with anyone who is affected by that word, because you know we don't have. There's a lot of white people up here. It's I don't know. And we don't have that history. We don't have that history, and we don't have a lot of people who that history affects. So it's
I just know
doesn't hold as much weight here. So
the biggest word that's used often in Australia, I've
not
noticed
good.
though, no matter what, is the F slur. It's
Yeah,
just
I've
something
only
that's
heard
always
that.
used.
At work, I feel like I've heard that definitely less than the N-word, actually.
Oh, really?
Because that word actually has more weight. Yeah, well, in a workplace scenario, you don't want to be saying that. Whereas the N-word, a lot of people don't hold as much weight to it because it doesn't apply to many people, at least in where I live. So it's not, it doesn't really, I don't know. A lot of people see that as less of a bad word, I guess, which is weird.
Remember, chat, slurs are bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter the context.
Yep.
Also, that pen clicking sound might be me muting my microphone when I'm eating. Like, hold on.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, probably.
What was I saying?
I think only thing I wanted to, one thing I wanted to bring up with the Momo thing we were talking about earlier. I actually looked at the unban request literally it was over a year ago when that happened. Actually living rent free in that person's head. Crazy.
I can't deny or unban him, by the way, so you have to come out of those buttons.
Okay. Oh, I
sent
am
an unban request
like
in another server, in another channel, and I was like, bro, like,
Like,
He's in a couple places I've seen,
relax.
sadly.
yeah.
It's like, why are you still hanging around? Like, you're clearly like not welcome in this sort of community.
Some
Like-
people just literally have nothing better to do, so they got literally nothing better to do.
I guess there is like a certain point where it's like, have they like improved? Are they better? Are they different? But like, it's not happening within a year, man.
This is not a good. If they're trying to prove that to me, this is not a good start to that.
No, yeah, that's definitely not. That is definitely not. Like, I can understand if someone did something bad. I mean, their thing is kind of a little bit more serious. It's not like just like they said something a little bad.
This guy for being a sex pest. Like multiple people. This is not just a one-time issue.
They were like literally harassing people. They were harassing people, making people really uncomfortable. And people aren't going to like just forget that, or the people who aren't going to ever like be comfortable around them. So it's like, yeah, you probably can't come back from that. But I don't know. Even if you do something wrong, if you come back in like 3 years, and you give like a very good response, you might actually get unbanned from something. But you know, you've got to give it time, and you've got to like work on yourself. You know, be different than how you were. You're not going to change that much in a year.
And did that basically what happened with Dragon Massage back in the day? Because like they were like when he basically
Dragon Massage, I feel like a lot of things. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go into that. I don't want to go into that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, from what I got told, it was like more of a thing where a lot of people, like someone said something, and then a lot of people took that for fact, and a lot of people started saying, yeah, me too.
Dragon
Even though
Massage.
nothing was really happening.
I think Dragon Massage can be weird at times, but I think a lot of the things that were said back then were grossly over exaggerated. At least from my interactions. Maybe the interactions of other people were
The lobby
a
exaggerating
little bit more
things way past what they are.
Yeah, wow. I think it was. Yeah, I think part of that was definitely.
Because drama's content, right?
We should get into that. I don't know if we should get into that or not.
Yeah.
But,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck.
I mean,
Hi, Andre.
I don't know. It's more like I don't know.
Well, that's not my stream, so I won't do it. So.
I don't want to like. I don't want to draw any hate that Punz
oh wait,
doesn't want, you know.
I
But yeah, no, someone like Rob really doesn't like Dragon Massage, so a lot of things about Dragon Massage are going to get exaggerated by someone like Rob, and because of that, it makes that person look worse than they are. I do think.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the herd parties and the
things.
homosexual, how they reference them. Like, it's like they grossly
Mhm.
over fucking.
There's so many parties that are
exaggerate
way more degen than us, and for some reason we.
DJ Night, for instance.
Yeah, their own party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's just because they act like the homies is they act like homies is a public instance though, which Friends Plus isn't
Just
too
sex
far off
cult,
public,
you know,
but,
like
you
no,
know,
it's not.
it's
Sex cult.
moderated.
I mean, DJ Night Rufflegator with all 30 years.
People can have sex, but they have to go to an area that's pretty private.
I think
nothing-
this. I think we should move on from
nothing
this
out of the
discussion.
usual party.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm eating popcorn. I've been enjoying whatever. So I'm just.
No, just because it's like I don't think the conversation was really going anywhere or meaningful. It was just us complaining about things that like I don't know. It just feels.
Sit here and take shots for 30 minutes. If we want to move on, we move on. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. Like we
want to talk about the drama. Ooh.
The drama.
The only thing I want to say is it's not anything to do with like the only thing it has to do with anything is the homosexual. So it's like I think whenever something happens at homosexual, a lot of people are very respectful in like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable, or a lot of people will stop either instantly or like people are pretty open with like letting people know what they're doing isn't right or whatever, and I think that's really good, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. You have a pretty cool community.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's been we spent like half the podcast just talking about VR chat and stuff.
In short, don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Don't assume things or make up shit. Just do you.
Yeah. Unless they're doing something actually harmful or bad. Of course.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, just don't do you. You eating popcorn, Sooky, reminded me. Me and Sia watched Shin Godzilla last night. And that
nice.
was really good.
So did I.
Really? Let's go.
I watched it and -1.
Ooh. What did you think about it?
I'm going to be away for the podcast next week, I think.
I always like the old Japanese, like the Japanese style of Godzilla movies. I don't really like the newer ones.
So, like, so I guess, so are you saying you prefer the ones more focused on kaiju fights, or you focus more on, like, prefer the ones focused on the human and monster story? I guess.
I prefer, like, Shin Godzilla and -1. Those are my two favorites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like there's no extra kaijus and no extra monsters Godzilla's fighting. It's just Godzilla versus humans and the human story of dealing with a giant monster.
I feel like the era of Shin Godzilla, was a bit much for me just because it was more modern.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked -1 because it was in that post-war era.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's where Godzilla really shines.
I like -1 because it falls prey to literally every other Godzilla movie where 99% of the movie is just watching Godzilla destroy a town.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is.
That's the point of it, though. Yeah, but Shin Godzilla is the same thing, but it also shows you the other side of it and how, Tokyo and Japan are dealing with this bullshit behind the scenes. And it gives Godzilla an even bigger role of, like, no other Godzilla is, like, evolving in the moment, adapting to shit. And that's really cool as a premise for Godzilla.
Yeah, because, like, by the end of Shin Godzilla, Shin Godzilla spoilers, by the way. If anyone wants to hold off from watching hasn't watched Shin Godzilla yet, which is a very good Godzilla movie, I highly recommend it. Where we're going to be talking about spoilers. So by the end of Shin Godzilla, it is revealed that like Shin Godzilla is trying to evolve again, and basically like could possibly either like evolve wings and then just fly around the world, and there would just be this flying kaiju just attacking anyone, and this basically invincible thing and take over the world. But also it was shown that
wings. It was like breaking off into like humanoids,
which
then would have evolved fast into like more Godzillas, and it would have like made his own little Godzilla army. So
yeah, basically. So like,
well, that being said, they did say by the end of the movie that like we have to learn to live with Godzilla because they realize that they can't freeze him forever.
Well, I think that's the thing they have to learn to live with him is like
just fucking launch it into space.
He's like, how do you keep him frozen long enough to launch him into space? You need to build a giant. He's fucking heavy.
He's a big boy. He's
okay,
like
but the rocket doesn't need to
size.
okay. The rocket doesn't need to like survive. You just need to get him into space, you know? Once he's flinging away and he's
Also,
going,
keep in
he's
mind,
good,
in
you
the
know?
comics, Shin Godzilla is the one that continuously evolves, and he actually evolves into his own galaxy.
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I did not hear about that at all.
yeah, it's
Honestly,
Yeah.
the answer to a lot of things in a lot of movies is send it into space. For real.
Oh, that's how it worked in JoJo Part 2.
I was gonna say, well, thanks, JoJo Part 2.
It was so funny. I was watching that with STV, right?
Mhm.
And we got to when it was like the character had like crazy healing, and I was like, why don't they just like fucking send him into space, you know? Why don't they just send this guy into space? That solves so much. That's if the best way to like stop if someone like constantly heals, just fucking launch them into space, and you like don't have to worry about it. And then by the final episode, the guy who's like invincible and like doesn't die
Sure.
by sunlight is
Sure.
like attacking them, and then they just fucking launch him into space, and it's like, okay, they did what I thought they would do. I mean, they did exactly what I was thinking. It's like you have like someone like fucking Deadpool, right? And it's like, oh, Deadpool has like healing factor that's like crazy. It's like, how would you kill someone like that? Launch him into space. Launch
wouldn't kill
him
him.
into
You would just-
space.
You would just send him forever away.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to kill them. You just fucking send them away forever. Like,
Godzilla in Hell? That sounds amazing, or I'm gonna have to look into that.
Godzilla in hell. Mankind is dead.
Godzilla in hell.
Hell is full, you know?
Hmm. Also, so true, Andre. When do we get the Godzilla slice of life?
True. Godzilla reminded me of the Hulk, yeah.
Hulk, send him into space.
I think they did. Did they not?
That's like a comic series where he's like abandoned on some planet, right? Like it's a Hulk just abandoned on some
Did they
planet.
send him into space and he like randomly hits a fucking planet?
I think so. Something happened. He got
I feel
sent
like
to a
sending them
planet.
into space is usually the easiest answer. I feel like for Godzilla, yes, that's not exactly possible because Godzilla like weighs like a fucking holy shit. Godzilla weighs a lot,
Like, you
but I
can't
feel like
move.
maybe there would be a way.
You'd have to build those like the rockets around it. It'd be multiple rockets. It'd be like the most expensive rocket ever to fucking send Godzilla.
Yeah,
to
but
space.
like you're getting rid of Godzilla, you know? You're
True,
getting rid of Godzilla,
but
another one
the
pops out of the
bureaucracy
ocean.
behind it all would make that shit insane, and humans aren't going to put that away. You know, we love our bureaucracy. Punz would know from today.
Oh, there's something else. What's this? There's something else I was thinking of.
I'm thinking, girl.
Where you can just like solve it by sending him into space. Because what's something gonna do once it's in space and it has no like fucking
Way
way
to
to
stop.
get back? Like,
Yeah, it's just
yeah, it's just gonna float fucking forever.
if it
Like,
doesn't die,
Even
then
if
it's
they
just
manage
going
to hit
exist.
an asteroid, even if they eventually hit an asteroid and like are able to like force themselves in the other direction, it's like, you know, are they going to be able to set course exactly for Earth? No. So they're just going to keep floating back kind of towards Earth, but like, you know, you would have forgotten where Earth is.
Imagine
at
they
that
like
point.
get it like mostly right, but it's like slightly off. They just have to like float by Earth and like look at it like fuck. Just again.
Well, you'd probably enter orbit at that point, right?
And that's like
but,
close enough
yeah.
to see Earth, but not like close enough to because you have to be decently close to be pulled to Earth.
I mean,
Got a big gravitational
so.
pull.
Hmm.
Anything else? Any other topics? We good?
What else you launched into space?
Well, see, Godzilla could also potentially use their breath to launch themselves somewhere else.
Yeah.
True.
Sooky
He did-
thinking of fucking Pickle from Monster
And
Hunter
he-
World.
He did use his
lasering
fire
himself
breath
across
to
the
chase
planet.
after what was the pollution monster's name?
Okay. But the way that anything works is what's it called? The way that any like fire breath would work physically is there would have to be some like mass injected somehow into the monster for that mass to be burnt and turned into fire breath, right?
No.
Like the mass ejecting is basically
Shin
how...
Godzilla has a nuclear reactor in itself, so it doesn't need.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it has a nuclear reactor, I guess
It doesn't even need to eat.
I don't know.
Like that's how it lives.
But is it launching like nuclear rays or is it launching like actual,
it's got rays?
like,
Yeah, it does rays.
mass?
Oh my god, you see it too, Andre? Okay, I'm showing the.
If it's it needs to be mass ejected from the thing.
The thing
for
is
it
too
to
is
be,
like
for it to
Shin
move.
Godzilla evolves based on what it needs. So as soon as it realizes it can't do anything, it'll evolve a thing that'd be able to push it through space, or it'll evolve into a galaxy because that's all it can do.
Space. Yeah.
This is the thing I was referencing earlier with the Monster Hunter World monster doing this across like from the old to the new world. There's an exact animation of this for Devil's Jaw.
Wait, what's going on?
I'm showing a clip of Godzilla flying using his fire breath.
Okay, this is so fucking stupid.
No, he doesn't. He does that.
Yeah, no, but like, once it runs out of mass to combust, it won't be able to like move anymore. You know?
No, Godzilla don't care. Godzilla don't care for the laws of physics.
Shin Godzilla can evolve into a lot of things. Like I said, in the comics, he could evolve into a lot. Ended up evolving into a god, basically, and then also eventually into its own galaxy, evolving its own planets and ecosystems on those planets and other Godzillas, and then eventually it actually started consuming other galaxies with its own galaxy and so on and so forth.
So at that point, it's just like not even like you can't even call that Godzilla. It's just an entirely new. I mean, it's Godzilla,
Basically,
but it's also not Godzilla.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
Godzilla is ultra terror.
True.
Bro. No, not understandable.
Is Punz like blown out for everybody else?
It was also known to use its own blood that it always regenerated to do stuff as well. So like it could literally use its own blood for propulsion.
Ooh. Do I sound really loud on? Because I did play with my mic settings a little bit to try and increase my volume, the mic volume a little bit.
You sound super blown out compared to what
well, that is when my mic, the actual volume on like my mic is up, and two, it's because I still don't have all the sound foam set up in the room, so that's probably why. I meant to set it up today, but of course work had other plans for me. Mm-hmm.
True.
She got over the Ken Flago. You said, actually, I have resistance to.
I have resistance to dying. I can't die.
Sure.
Resistance to dying. I'm just gonna launch you into space.
That looked like when okay. I was like figuring out how to use this thing and how to control how big it gets and stuff, but
that's a scary thing about
answer to everything being launched into space. Give a new answer.
Mods.
Even if you launched him into space, because Shin Godzilla can shoot lasers out of its tail, out of its back, like in all directions, and out of its mouth. And those lasers seem to go forever. So
They do seem to go forever, yeah.
yeah, so if you launch him into space, you can just go pew and destroy the Earth. Done.
When you get launched into space, it's basically like being permabanned from Earth.
Shut up! Shut up!
So Neil
My
Armstrong was
man.
banned from Earth for like a year or something, right?
He was not there for a year.
How did I not see this guy up here?
Captain O Punz, aka Punz.
Yes.
Who's aka?
Who isn't?
True. I don't know. Are you looking at my offline screen? Yeah, that's like that's the old
your
logo.
thing.
That's my old logo. I don't know why I put AKA Punz as the text when I got that, but yeah, it says Captain O Punz, AKA Punz. Because like,
Honey, the AKA just like when it's already in the name, you don't need an AKA. It's like Punz is just right there.
I know I have a new logo now. That's why you don't see that logo Punz anymore. But like, I just haven't updated the offline screen. It's just a relic. It's a relic of
No. Being
Yes.
being a himbo isn't a crime. Being a bimbo is a crime, apparently.
That's why Soap's not going to get launched into space when this podcast ends. So
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find another co-host.
yeah, we'll find one.
Hang on. I just realized that I'm not going to be here next week, guys. I'm being launched into space.
I'm launching you into space. Yeah.
No,
What the?
no. Next week I'm going to be in Melbourne. Already in fucking Melbourne,
Hi,
Cal.
Hood. Hi.
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
I
Going
know.
down for my dad's 50th.
No, Hood's getting a number for when he tells his first actual good pun.
I get it'll be a big moment when it happens, so I'm gonna have to.
There's going to be a big moment. How long have you been streaming?
Captain one pun.
Yeah.
Holy.
And you haven't made a singular good pun, and you're still waiting on it. I don't think it's happening, brother.
You know,
Sorry.
it's going
Captain
to
True
be
Puns? Could you imagine Captain True Puns?
hectic
Holy.
when I tell a good pun. Okay, I've been building anticipation for it for over a year. It's all planned.
Okay, Duke, calm down.
It's planned. I am so.
Duke Nukem forever!
I am a straight guy, so true, Hood.
So
You're the
that's what
straightest
the
guy.
message effect does. Okay. Because someone tried to do a message effect with me in Sin stream on Friday, and it didn't do anything.
You gotta pay
Interesting.
for it. You gotta pay bits for it.
Gotta pay bits for this wacky effect.
Mods, give her to the straight guy. There's straights not being allowed here.
It'll
Can't be
allow
straight
you
here.
straight during
Get
this
him
one.
out of here.
I'm joking.
Kill him.
Send him into space.
God damn it. It always goes back to space. But yeah,
That's good.
we know.
Clear eye for a straight guy.
True.
Mhm. No, true. What else have we
Said
done?
my piece.
Anyone play any fun games? Just
I'm exhausted. Dialogue exhausted.
Yeah, I played a fun game this
So
week.
easier a little bit.
what's it?
Oh my god, did you check? How's the new Destiny DLC going in Siel?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, honey, I'm sure your computer will be coming soon.
Punz won't let me on his computer. He's afraid of me finding all his porn, so they can't play Destiny.
No.
Sadly.
No. I actually don't have porn to see on my computer. I am not one of those.
Then why does it launch so slowly?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's like the freaking
Just the
5
hard
terabyte
drive.
hard drive I have like all my VODs. Oh.
That shouldn't slow down your launch if your system
Yeah.
isn't stored on the hard drive.
Oh yeah, it definitely shouldn't. And like it's like a USB external USB thing, so like it shouldn't affect it at all, but I don't know. Sometimes computers just be weird, you know?
Watching off of it?
No. I got a SATA
I don't know that.
SSD.
SATA. What's SATA? Say that. I say SATA.
SATA. Data?
No, it's
SATA?
SATA.
It's definitely
SATA.
not saying SATA, is it? It's SATA.
That's
SATA.
Right?
It's Sada
SATA?
Tamari.
Oh my god, thank God.
I thought it was SATA.
No.
I
It's
thought it was
definitely
SATA.
Sada
Sada.
Alada.
SATA sounds like something you would say so like data instead of data.
It's data.
Okay, wait, hold on. Data is data, but data is data.
Data, data, data.
This
Okay, so Star Trek. Okay, the robot from Star Trek is Data, but the
Okay.
computing stuff is Data.
So both are correct. In other words, what you're saying, both are correct.
I want
So
to
I'm
name
right.
Beta, not beta. You know?
No, SATA is not
Beta,
SATA.
beta.
It's not how this works. No, you're not correct. You've never been correct. You will
I'm
never
correct.
be
I'm
correct.
right. I'm correct.
No.
Wait,
That's
so
what
you agree
Sooky's
with the
saying.
Australian way of saying data?
Nice.
No, I'm just saying there's multiple ways to pronounce things, and both can technically be correct. So I can call it SATA.
No.
I've never heard anyone say SATA.
Okay, hang on a second. So were you the? I remember a while ago on the podcast we had a discussion about saying GIF versus GIF, and were you the GIFer? Were you the GIFer amongst us?
Were you the Jiffer?
No. I
You
was
the-
the one. I was the one that raised the question of which one is actually correct, because there is acronyms where it's like, what about scuba? Right? You say scuba, or would you say scubba? Because scubba would be the way that you would actually say it. But scuba sounds better.
I took scuba certification courses, and they all said scuba. So I have
Well,
to
then,
disagree.
Exactly, because scuba sounds
SATA
better.
drives are
But you don't say
scubba.
scubba.
Never say SATA. You know, they don't say SATA. They say SATA.
Because you can be seen as multiple letters, and it's the way that it was made is scuba. Where the way that GIF is made is fucking stupid because it's a G for graphical. G.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. It
'cause that's
doesn't
how-
matter. If it's a G.I.F, it's a GIF. Because the
I
word
just
that
like
it's
being.
implying is,
I just like being devil's advocate. I do.
know you do.
I say GIF, but I like being devil's advocate. So, you know, GIF.
the peanut
GIF
butter.
anyone?
I think
I think the only good arguments I've ever seen from it were the ones that Shadow had when talking to Sonic about it.
Oh, that clip. Oh,
I mean, it
geez.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. The best saying is it's graphical because that's what it is. So it's good.
Well, I mean, it is that, but that doesn't matter because if you're trying to pronounce it the way that the start of every word is pronounced, then a lot of other what's it called? A lot of other acronyms are wrong because some acronyms just straight up
I'd
sound
rather call it
differently.
a GIF over a GIF. Just like PNG.
Pung. What a pung.
You know, GIF definitely sounds stupid. I agree with that, and that's where I'm going to stay. I feel like GIF just sounds better. GIF is also more commonly used, so I feel like that's just how it should be. But then what's it called? Oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. There's definitely good arguments for GIF, and GIF is technically correct
I've
because that's what the
never heard-
creator wanted it to be.
I've never heard any good arguments for it,
But-
even from the creator.
The good arguments are that there's other acronyms that do that, and you would just straight up agree with them. Like, there's other acronyms that have things spelt a certain way, and you pronounce the starting letter the way that the acronym creator wanted you to pronounce it, and the way that everyone pronounces it and agrees that it's pronounced. But, what's it called? You don't argue with those ones, but for some reason GIF is the only one that everyone seems to hate. I get the starting thing, but like sometimes it just wouldn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to do things that way. And GIF
logical
still
way,
technically rolls off the tongue. It's just GIF sounds better in my head.
And GIF is.
I can't remember the
already
scuba
peanut
one
butter as
exactly.
well.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of things named the same as it.
I don't know where.
Okay.
What is the scuba acronym actually?
I forgot.
Yeah. See, because it's underwater. The U in scuba is underwater. So it'd be scuba because the U is pronounced right? So scuba. But it's not pronounced scuba because that sounds stupid. You pronounce it scuba. You don't have to you don't have to pronounce the letters in the acronym the way that the start of the letter is pronounced for the
May I
actual
be dismissed from the scuba discussion?
What's that?
May I be dismissed from the scuba discussion?
Sure, hun.
Let's fucking go.
Wait, so scuba is actually an acronym?
Yes.
I never knew that.
It's self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. So do you have an issue
I never
with
knew
how
that. See,
scuba
I thought
is
it was
said?
just a word.
Should
I
it
thought
be
it was just a
scuba?
word.
Should
As
it be
a word,
pronounced
it's-
scuba then?
I mean, if I learned that when I was young, that it was an acronym, then I probably would agree with it. But because I never knew it was an acronym,
No.
and No,
You're having double standards here. You're having double
I'm not,
standards here.
though.
This
I'm
is
not though.
You are. You actually 100% are. You 100% are.
Oh
If
no!
you
See,
think
no,
that it needs to be pronounced the way that
it's
the
not
start
double
word is
standards
pronounced.
because GIF, I knew was an acronym. From the
G
very
can be
beginning.
pronounced G, can be pronounced git or j. You know, it actually can be. So it's
I'm not saying it can't be, but what I'm saying is I always knew GIF was
from the very
an
beginning.
acronym.
Both of them. Yeah, okay. You always knew GIF is an acronym.
I
but you
didn't know
also-
scuba was an acronym. And I'm not
Okay,
going to
okay,
change the way I'm speaking it because I spoke it that way my entire life.
Okay,
If I knew it was an
But
acronym
there's
back then,
barely any difference here.
I would be fine with scuba. I don't mind saying
I don't
scuba.
think you
It's
would
just
be.
like I'm so used to it
I don't think it would
being
be.
scuba. So,
Because that's how it's meant to be pronounced. It's meant to be pronounced scuba, right? It's supposed to be pronounced scuba, and
no,
the other one's supposed to be
I'm
pronounced
still weirded
GIF.
out by
it's
it
just
being
that GIF
pronounced
took
scuba
off.
right now. So, well, I don't care that
Exactly.
GIF took off.
You just don't-
It's more so that I knew it was a acronym.
You-
So if I knew
It's just
scuba
the
was
it's
an
just the
acronym,
original way that
then
you
I would.
heard it. This is the way you want to pronounce it. I see that. I see that. But that makes your other argument invalid. Then that makes your GIF
doesn't, though.
graphical versus thing. Yeah, it does. It actually completely does.
No,
Yes, it does.
no.
That
because
argument
knowing if something's an
for-
acronym from a very beginning is different to not knowing at all.
Kinda, but like, it is 100% a double standard to say, oh, it has to be this rule only applies to this because I knew it was an acronym. Like, not really. That doesn't like come into play with the argument because that's dependent on how you first originally heard the word. You might have, because for me, I didn't know GIF was an actual abbreviation. I didn't know what it abbreviated. I probably could have assumed it was abbreviation, but I didn't know it was an abbreviation. I just knew it was a file type. when I first saw GIF as like a term, right? I just knew it was a file type. But then that would mean that I wouldn't have to like worry about your argument that you're saying then I can just like completely what's it called? Negate the but it's actually a thing. It's actually this. And then I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
I could just completely ignore your argument about the G being graphical, you know? I could just completely ignore that because I didn't learn that it was a GIF until after I'd like started talking about it, you know? Or started like seeing it. I didn't first learn it was a GIF. I learnt that it was a file type, and then eventually I knew that it was a acronym. Did I say GIF? I meant acronym. So I don't know. It's definitely a double standard. I feel like it's it is a double
creator,
standard.
When did the creator come out with GIF?
I think when they created it, honestly.
I thought they'd never told anyone.
I don't think
until someone asked.
Well, they probably thought it was GIF in their head. I mean, if someone asked them and they said GIF and they didn't know anything about, I don't think they came out with the GIF thing as like I'm just gonna go against the grain and say it's this because I want to fuck with everyone. I don't think that was the case.
I mean, that's exactly what he did because he's a fucking meme lord. But I mean, you could say he's like you, where the fact that he prefers to just get a little bit of a reaction, so you wanted to call it that.
That's possible, yeah.
Because any computer dudes
apparently
that do
this
that,
person
any computer
who created it in 1987, he said he chose it as GIF because of the peanut butter brand.
Okay, so but that's what?
He said apparently, he called it GIF with a soft G. Choosy developers, he reportedly said, Choosy GIF, which is of course a play on Choose GIF. Which is of course a play on the peanut butter brand GIF's line, Choosy mothers choose GIF. So that's why it was Choose GIF. That's why he was saying GIF, because it was a play on the thing.
Huh.
Interesting.
Or maybe the play on the thing was like how he remembered how it was said, you know?
Is it still going?
1987.
Yeah,
I just wanted to know that. I just wanted to know the origins of the choice of the word GIF.
Yeah, it's just because people read it and it's probably wasn't all too common. Because how often do you hear from the file creators actual like terminology?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You don't. But from the very beginning,
and it makes more sense.
From the very beginning of Scuba, it's always been Scuba, right? So.
I mean, yeah, but that's also probably because the person who called it Scuba, you know? Like,
okay.
This person who created GIF, they probably didn't like go on any like interviews and say, oh, hey, it's this, or release a training thing that was like, oh, this is how you pronounce it. They probably released fucking things about the file type, and it's just spelt the way it's spelt. Probably no audio explaining what it is, and it's like, what's it called? They just fucking see that word, and when you see that word, you're gonna go to GIF because that's what it looks like. It looks like GIF. So it's just because people originally thought it was that. Technically, the way it should be said is GIF because that's what the creator said, and that's also like a valid way of pronouncing it because that's how it's spelt. But GIF is the more common one, and it doesn't really matter how you pronounce it, to be honest. one
For
way
me,
is the
it's
correct
like
way.
I
the other
still gonna
way
say
is
GIF because it's
is
graphical.
like it doesn't
I
matter.
understand scuba is underwater, but unfortunately, it's like one of those things where it's like, if I knew about it sooner, I probably would have been fine with it, right? I would have been fine with like either saying it that way.
Yeah, but
or
I just think the graphical
whatever.
argument's like a pointless argument, just because it doesn't matter. There is other acronyms where this happens as well. Scuba is just the most common one. That's
But like as I was saying with the
able to
scuba
be
thing, is like
used.
if I didn't my whole life already call it something like that, I'd be fine with
think
calling
you'd
it something
probably
else, right?
I think you'd probably find that it would be.
For me, this is what I'm saying.
I
For
mean,
me personally, it's like it's something that I've said the whole time, so it's like something that I can't really like. I don't really want to change. You know what I mean? I've got enough
that's
going
what
on.
I'm
That I don't
saying.
wanna
I
fucking
feel like
have
the
to
thing
change
that's
shit.
being said and that's more colloquial known is fine to say, but there is a correct way to say things, and the correct way might be different from the most common way. You know, just like how the correct
It's
way to
more
pronounce
so like
a lot
if
of
I heard
words.
someone say scubba and scuba, and then I see GIF and GIF, for some reason, it's just like, no, GIF is GIF. Scuba and scubba, you can say those however you like because, you know, underwater or whatever.
That's so wrong.
but
I
GIF
mean,
is
I'm
just,
just
like,
thinking of
graphical.
like English in terms of how Australians pronounce words, how Americans pronounce words, how Canadians pronounce words, how British people pronounce words. Like
Fuck, do I
data
fucking
and data, the same word. It doesn't matter how it's pronounced. I don't. In my opinion, I don't think it matters as long as you're pronouncing it a way that's understood by your thing. It doesn't really matter. The correct way is probably data, I'm gonna assume, but you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where the like original origin is, just as
Wait,
long as
is
it's understood by
data
people.
also an acronym?
I don't know. Is data an acronym? Probably not. Because data comes from things.
Yes. I wonder if the
it's
creator of
not,
actually.
WebP
It's
called it
You said
WebP
there
or
is
Web.
There is a correct way to pronounce words. Well, the correct way would be the original way that the person who created the word intended on it being said. But I think all ways are right. Whether or not there's, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. There is
device
is
analysis and technical algorithm.
I think that's different than what other data, because you can also have data in terms of like, survey data. Data doesn't have to be specifically like internet data. It can be like data you collect on a pen, like an actual like
it's
pen
still
and
a
paper.
device analytic technical algorithm.
No, it does not. It's not though. It's not involved device at all. You can collect data on cars by writing on a sheet of paper. It's not a device thing.
Sheet of paper is a device when you're using it for certain things. It doesn't have to be a robot. It doesn't have to be mechanical.
Not really. Okay.
A device.
Okay.
Is like a tool.
You
right?
can collect data in your head as well, though. Like you can just count.
And you're using
you can
your
just
brain
count cars
as a tool
in your head. It's not a device, though. I don't feel like that fits under the thing of device.
It's something that you use as a tool.
No. Data is not an acronym. Data is not an acronym.
I know.
It's not.
But what I'm saying is device can be like a lot of stuff.
I mean, it can be. Device usually has to have some moving parts, I feel like. Or maybe not moving parts, but it has to have some
I mean, a screwdriver is like a device, right?
Yep. A screwdriver is a device as well as a tool.
That's why I was saying not necessarily moving parts. It just has to be like some tool, I guess. But
a screw is a securing device.
Device definition: a thing made or adapted for a particular purpose. especially a piece of mechanical or electronic equipment. So
It says especially, so
Oh,
like it doesn't
yeah.
have to be.
yeah, so it's like it can fit things.
It can literally
that
be a lot
don't.
of stuff.
Like the pencil can be a device, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't
A
know.
lot of
Your
people just
brain, I guess, is technically
Yeah.
a thing adapted to a particular purpose, but no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's a broad range of purposes, and it was kind of just like evolved, and I feel like evolution is different from being.
But you wouldn't be wrong in calling
like-
it a device.
I think it would be a little weird. It would
would it
be
be wrong?
probably seen as more metaphoric when you say it's a device.
Yeah.
I'm
actually really
yeah,
curious.
I don't
now.
know.
Like, what isn't a device? It's like, would you think food
I
is a device?
mean-
You know, you made it for that particular purpose to be eaten, like to give you food, right? Like to give you.
I
sustenance.
mean, I don't know. I feel like it's.
That's really weird. Now my brain's like, wait, what about this? Like,
I don't know.
that's so weird. My brain's fucking all over the place now. Mainly because I'm trying to think where the fuck I'm supposed to go in this place, and I know where I'm going.
Sooky continues to struggle in Elden Ring.
Why did my Bethesda counter go up to 5? This was per stream.
Yeah.
You
supposed to
just
be
per
added one to
stream?
the last 4
Oh.
on the last stream.
I was gonna ask, is this a per stream thing or a total thing?
Because we already fucked it up. If you're gonna do it per stream, you might as well wait until you've gone back through every single one and counted the Bethesda things. But are you really gonna go back through every single one and count the Bethesda things, or like make
No.
like a what did you call it? Make like a Bethesda mentions kind of section at every stream?
It would be fun to have a highlight that's just every single time still talking through.
But then you need to watch every
Bethesda.
single one. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
I'm
you
not
could just
doing
like,
that. I'm not doing that.
yeah.
Maybe if
Yeah.
the podcast become popular enough, we'll get like a really cool like fan clipper who will go through every single episode.
So I
and
feel like
give
it's fine
compilations
leaving
for
it
us.
as it's definitely fine leaving it as a per stream counter.
Okay. Back
Yes.
to
After our
goals.
conversation
Unless we
about
get, like-
GIF, Scuba, Scubba, I am now more accepting of people that use the word GIF.
Yay!
Epic.
Epic.
So it's not something that fucking is horrid for me to hear anymore when people use it. When people used to say, I used to stop and go, "Did you just say GIF, you motherfucker?"
I'm glad I could play devil's advocate for something that I don't exactly agree with, and convince
Well, no,
you.
I don't agree with it either, but I'm more accepting of the
No.
fact that if people use it. Then.
I mean, that's kind of the only reason I played devil's advocate there is to make it so it's more like, it's not terrible. It's not. I wouldn't personally call it GIF, but I do think it's fine if someone wants to call it that.
Right. That is that conflict resolved. We have learned to accept each other's differences. I think.
Nope. I mean, it's not my difference. It's some people's. I don't do it myself.
It is done, Siel. We're no longer talking about that crap.
Thank you.
I really need to like.
It's just
I
I
really need to,
just like to
like-
understand things a bit better sometimes. Is all
Yeah.
I'll say.
I think that's something important. Is that sometimes we need to have more empathy and be more open to understanding how others feel about things,
Mm.
I think that's the main takeaway of this.
Even if they're wrong.
Even if they're wrong.
Even if they're wrong.
But yeah, was there anything else anyone wanted to talk
Nothing
about?
I can think of right now myself.
Because it has been 3
I'm
hours,
done.
so
I have nothing else.
it's running on empty.
Yeah, I'm fucking tired. I didn't eat any. I had popcorn, but that's about it.
I also have been playing Hades 2. That game's good.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Like it. But I think a lot of the things in Hades 1, a lot of the perks and a lot of the things I found a lot more interesting. I feel like Hades 2 relies too much on the weapons to create variety in the gameplay, because there's like, I mean, it's okay to do that, but then I just don't like a lot of the boons. A lot of the boons are kind of boring. I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not as interested to go and create like random builds with certain boons. I just like, I don't know, the boons just don't feel as impactful. Just because there's so many that are like so situational with one specific like ability, like, I don't know, there's also just so many like abilities. Because you get your attack, you get your special attack, you get your cast, and you get your sprint, and you get omega versions of all the first three. So you get your omega attack, omega cast, and omega special attack.
Yeah.
And that's just like, there's so many like moves there. So if you pick up like an item, it'll be like, this applies to your omega attack. And it's like, oh, so very specifically, my omega attack only gets this. So it's like very situational to if I actually use the omega attack on this specific weapon. Maybe this specific weapon doesn't have a good omega attack, and I only like the omega special attack and the thing. There is more variety. I feel like there is more variety with all those attacks and stuff. It's just that the boons, I feel like, are less exciting. And I don't know. I do really like a lot of the weapons in Hades 2. I feel like the sickle and dagger, I don't know what it's called, I can't remember what it's called exactly. But the sickle and dagger, are there men kissing? That's all I care about. I haven't seen any men kissing yet.
Yeah, the Hades the Hades 2 protag is a woman, so I don't know if there's going to be as much men kissing as in the first game. But you can't switch men in the first game.
Women kissing?
I don't think you can. What? I didn't see any times when you could smooch.
Can't you smooch the guy with the scythe? Can't you give him a smooch
either? I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't get that. I guess I just didn't get up to it.
I mean, there's definitely women kissing in 2, I think. I'm pretty sure there are multiple women you can smooch in that one. There's the gay couple.
Because you max out your well, there is, okay, so there's Achilles and someone else, I can't remember what it was called, but I didn't max out their thing, and Thanatos, I didn't max out his thing, so I didn't really see if it ends up that way, but I know that the Medusa, not Medusa, it's just Dusa. Dusa and Megara. I don't know, neither of them like did anything. Never got to a point where it's like, oh, you know, I don't know. I don't think your character actually can get into a relationship in that game. Like, there's previous relationships, and I think you try with Dusa, but like, Deuce is just kind of like, oh, I'm not interested. You know? Hara, I wasn't really interested in Thanatos in that way. Megara was. I went for Dusa, but Dusa was kind of just like, oh, I'm not into anything. Dusa was ace from what I could tell, or from what it sounded like with what it seemed like with the dialogue. And Megarod's like your ex, and it's just kind of like, okay, we could be friends, I guess. We don't have to hate each other, but they don't like each other. One for the floating head. The floating head with a lot of snakes. It's the severed Gorgon head. I don't know, man.
It's like a Dillahan,
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
what
true.
was I saying?
Nice. Hello, Harvey. Hi, Sox. Hey.
I don't know. I don't think I any saw any smooching in that game. Did I see any smooching? I don't think I did.
I don't think there's visible smooching,
What
but
about the
there
snakes?
are a few times where like if
I mean,
it's black and you wake up in
the
the
snakes
bedroom.
are cool.
Right?
I actually hate snakes. I actually really hate snakes. Like, ugh, snakes are gross. But snakes in video games, they're alright, I guess. A bean? Hi, Bean.
Hi, Bean. Hi. Nom 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 nom.
Hi, Abby. Hi.
What you munching on?
Hi,
Bean?
Abby.
What was I saying though? Yeah, no, it was just like very clear what attack, for the boons, it was like very clear how much it like covered for a lot of things. Like the it wasn't as situational. I feel like the boons are super situational in Hades 2, and it kind of like hurts them because of that. And also, the Daedalus hammer things are kind of really boring. Like, a lot of them are just stat boosts, where in Hades 1, it felt like there was more, there were a lot more gameplay, like, they adjusted your playstyle completely. Like, you would have things like, you now have vampirism, but you have, like, fuck all health. So, like, you have to fully rely on, like, hitting them multiple times to get your health back, Like, it just seemed like, I don't know, they seemed like they did a lot more, or changed the gameplay a lot. Or, like, they'd make it so that you have, like, a short as fuck dash, but you hit, like, 3 times. So it's like, oh, now you have to build your entire thing around dash striking, and, like, that's, like, all you can really base it around. So it's like, you have to, like, I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. I guess that is explaining kind of situational stuff, but, like, I don't know. It just felt more. Maybe when I unlock more boons, I might find one that I like a lot of the things on. But yeah, I guess it's also just because, like, the chain lightning thing is like I haven't found it that much, and it hasn't been that useful because there's nothing that attacks. There's nothing that's like the fists in Hades 1. The fists were really good with the chain lightning. So the chain lightning in 2, there's like everything attacks kind of like slowish, So it doesn't really add that much to your attacks. Like, I guess the sickle and dagger is a fast attacking weapon, so I guess the chain lightning might be good on that. But I have to run that when I can, and then test it with a chain lightning if I manage to get a chain lightning to see if it's good. I don't know.
Destroy us all.
What the? What do you mean destroy us all, Jammy? What do you mean? What do you mean with that, Jammy? What do you mean? What do you mean with that?
Sorry,
please
I
wrap it
dragged
up.
out the podcast a little bit more.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So don't worry. We're actually just coming just around to 12. So yeah.
We're launching into space.
Yep. We're all getting launched into space. You too, Jet. We're all getting launched into space.
Getting launched into space.
I'm tying myself to the earth.
Finally.
Then the house is getting launched into space too. No one is safe. You're all being launched into space. But,
we're already being launched into space. It's called the Earth. It's going through space currently.
Earth.
The Earth.
Earth. I love the Earth.
It's round.
I love the Earth. I love the trees. I love the sea.
Speaking of launching into space, I don't know if I can launch into space specifically, but I can launch you to this alien. Cynthia, she's the one who made the thumbnail for
Billion maybe reference.
for
Father,
my
you
YouTube
disappoint
videos.
me. I will go on to a quest to gain power to destroy you now.
And we're gonna send you on over to her
I'm
in
just nice
a
to call
second.
people aliens.
What?
I think it's nice to call people aliens.
No, it says in her bio. She's an alien. She's an alien VTuber.
Huh?
It says alien. She's an alien.
Punz, what is your? What is your What creature are you meant to be mixed with?
I'm half imp, half angel.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pop
What?
off.
Okay, bye, Sooky.
Bye, Sooky. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for having me. It was good fun.
Yes, of course. With that, we should probably wrap up here. I think. I'm gonna start the raid over to Cynthia. Go send her my love. She made the thumbnails I use for backpack battles. The thumbnail template I use is art that she drew. I commissioned her to draw. You can be your I can be your angle or your dibble. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed the stream, everyone.
Sometimes you get the angle, sometimes you get the devil.
You never know. You get to stop by stream and stream. Maybe one day I'll be angle, maybe one day I'll be double. You don't know, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I give off very devilish vibes. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
You don't give off devilish vibes.
What the?
Ever.
What the?
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, yeah. That's why I was converted from an imp to an angel. It's all part of the lore that I totally have planned out.
Oh, that's part of the lore.
Yeah. That's totally.
The VTuber lore. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
but the VTuber lore that
That's
I
crazy.
totally planned out. That definitely, I definitely totally planned out before I became a VTuber. Anyway, I'm gonna go send you over to Cynthia. Thank you also so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. We will be doing this again at next Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST. I'll be doing some more streams and go follow and support everyone. And there goes Raid. I'll check a time.
Oh.